Get cracking on that breakfast, love. I could murder a fry up. You know, I'm hungry enough to eat a cow off a butty.
Oh, don't start.
I'm just telling you I'm hungry, that's all. Let's have some fried bread, eh?
Oh, Stan, will you give it a rest? Look, if your belly weren't blinding you, you'd realise I'm not feeling too clever this morning.
Oh, what's this, eh? Hangover?
Oh, don't talk, Daft. I've got no such thing. Oh.
Morning after the night before. I'm not surprised. The amount of stuffing you must have supped last night at Betlinch's.
Oh, I only had a few. No, I think it must have been one of them dinky pies she were offering.
You're always the same, aren't you? If you have too much to drink, you've always had a bad pie.
Well, it could have been.
Was it a dinky pie last night that sent you home singing Martha, Randy Rose at the Redwood? And you were staggering too.
Stan, will you give it a rest, Chuck? Don't keep going on.
Well, what about my breakfast?
You'll have to get it yourself this morning. I couldn't even look at a piece of bacon the way I'm feeling.
All right, I'll get it myself. But let this be a lesson to you. When next time I'm off colour, don't come shouting at me, will you? Remember the kindness and thought I've had for you this morning. All right?
By heck, Furclough. You're a mucky devil. What's a pair of socks doing in knife drawer?
I've been looking for them.
I don't suppose it matters what your Stanley thinks. They say like father, like son, so he could be as mucky as you are. But his fiancee's not going to be so impressed, is she?
That's why I got you over here to help me. You know, I could have done all this cleaning up myself, but I didn't know they were coming till yesterday morning.
It's the only reason I'm doing it for you, so you don't show yourself up in front of your future daughter-in-law.
Morning. Just calling to see how the emergency clean-up was going.
Oh, well, you'll find a scrubbing brush under the sink.
No doubt I will, and no doubt it's got a cobweb on it, but I'm not looking. When's your Stanley arriving?
I've not got a clue, darling. I know he's coming up from Nottingham. I don't even know how he's getting up. Train or what?
Well, look, about accommodation, I don't know how engaged couples go on in your house, but if the blushing fiancé wants a bed, there's one over at my place.
Right.
Yeah, Gail's gone off to her mother, so we won't be putting anybody out. So, see you later. Ta-ra.
Thanks, Tana.
Oh, and, when your Stanley arrives, just take it easy, eh?
It was nice of her to offer a bed, wasn't it?
Listen, she's lending you capital. I'm giving you labour. There's a world of difference. Hey, what does she mean? Go easy with your Stanley.
Well, Stanley and me don't see an awful lot of each other nowadays.
Yeah, I know you don't see a lot of him. What I want to know is why.
Ah, it's a long story.
Well, I've got all morning. Mavis can't whinge if I'm helping boss, can she?
Well, I wasn't a very good husband to his mother, and I wasn't a very good father to him either. Mm. Anyway, Nellie, that was the missus, she left me.
It was her that left you, was it?
Well, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Oh. She took Stanley with her. They went living with a fella called Harry Bailey, an insurance man. Oh. She married him after she divorced me.
How long since all this happened?
Well, let's see now. It's 15 years since Nellie died, so you can tell how far back I'm going. Oh. He was only a little lad when she died.
What happened then?
Well, Stanley stayed with Harry.
Oh, didn't you want him with you?
Oh, it wasn't a question of not wanting him.
Well, what did you want?
Well, I don't know. It was so long ago. Anyway, he stayed with his stepfather.
So, how long is it since you actually clapped eyes on him?
Oh, I'd say I've been trying to work it out. Must be, what, 10 years now. Oh. I had him over with me when he left school. I was trying to get him into the business, you know, trying to make things up to him. Didn't work out.
Why not?
Well, I'd rather not go into that, but just let's say it didn't work out. We never got on, him and me, you see. He was dead against me. He thought I'd been a right louse to his mother.
Thank you very much. Parcel for you, Uncle Albert.
For me, I'm not expecting it. Oh, I know what this will be.
What is that, a late Christmas present?
Heck, no. Nobody sends me presents. No, I've got to go and get my own. Heck, not so bad considering.
Chocolate? What's all this about, then?
That'll tell you.
Dear customer, we are sorry you purchased one of our products in less than perfect condition, particularly since we take great pride in our painstaking efforts to ensure that our chocolate gives you, the consumer, pure and wholesome enjoyment. To recompense you for your disappointment, please accept this selection of our product. Oh, I see. You bought a rogue bar of chocolate, did you?
I did that. Got the right one and all. I bought it at Cabin.
I thought it tasted a little bit funny, and anyhow, I persevered with it.
Yeah, well, you would, Uncle Albert. You don't give in easily.
No, I must have eaten about 3/4 of it, and it were definitely wonky. So I took it back. But that there Rita Littlewood, she wouldn't change it, you know. Oh, hard-faced thing she is. If you've got any complaints, send it to the maker, not to me. That's what she said, and I did.
And this is the result?
Oh, no, this has got nothing to do with that lot.
I don't get you.
No, this is a different lot altogether. You see, first time I complained...
The first time you complained? You mean you complained twice?
Oh, no, this is the third lot, this is. You know, people don't complain enough.
Oh, do you mind making less noise when you're eating?
You can't eat in bed quietly. Not when the fat's nice and crispy like this.
Oh, Stanley, here's my head pulsating and you're going on about fatty bacon. Anyhow, hurry up and get finished, because you've got to go out and do some shopping.
Me?
Yes, you great lump.
Oh, well, I don't feel so good this morning, you know. I was going to take a day off window cleaning anyway.
Don't come it. You've shifted that breakfast like greased lightning. Now, your first stop's the Rovers.
Well, they aren't open for 2 hours.
You're not going there supping. You're going to tell Annie Walker that I'm not coming in to clean for her today. Now, she's bound to ask why, so what are you going to tell her?
Well, I'll tell her you've had a drop too much.
You do no such thing.
Well, I've got to tell her something, haven't I?
Oh, look. Tell her I'm stopping at home because I'm indisposed. You can tell her I've suddenly been prostrated.
Hey?
Bet, dear, if Mrs. Ogden doesn't turn in very shortly, there'll be no alternative for it.
No alternative for what, Mrs. Walker?
The cleaning, dear. It's got to be done. So, if she lets us down, we'll have to tackle it ourselves.
We? You mean you as well as me?
Yes, of course. Naturally, I may have responsibilities that may distract me now and then.
Naturally. Do you know I could kill Hilda? I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning myself, cleaning my own place up after that housewarming. Only a few people, and you'd think a football crowd had dashed through.
Morning.
Ah, good morning, Mr. Ogden. We have been waiting nearly an hour for Mrs. Ogden.
That's why I'm here, see? To tell you she can't come.
Oh, smashing. Marvellous. Just what I need is that.
Why can't she come?
Well, she can't come for health reasons.
What do you mean, for health reasons? She got smashed last night and she's got hangover. Well, for your information, she's not alone. I've got hangover. Everybody's got hangover.
Not everyone, dear. Is that really why she can't come into work, because she's got a hangover?
Oh, no. She told me to tell you she can't come because she's a parasite.
No, that's what you asked, Stan. What's her symptoms? Headache?
Huh.
Can't face food, sits about moaning.
That's it.
Like I said, hangover.
Well, at any rate, thank you very much, Mr. Ogden. You have at least taken the uncertainty away from our
Don't
lives.
mention it, love. Are you open?
No.
Ta-da.
Typical. Hilda has too much to drink, and I have to do a flaming cleaning.
Well, it was at your party she had too much, dear. Anyhow, I think we'll get started now. If you begin in here and then tackle the snug, I think that'll be the best plan. My first job will be to go out in the car.
Hey? What for? Have you got to go somewhere?
No, nowhere in particular, dear. It's just that with all the upset over that breathalyzer, it hasn't been out for several days, you see. Well, that won't do. They have to be kept ticking over. Get proper use, exercise.
Just because that car's a Rover, she thinks it's like a flaming dog.
Hello. Come in. Come right along in, the pair of you. Well, Stanley, I'd never have known it was you.
It's me, right enough. This is Liz, my fiancée. Liz, this is my dad, Liz.
How do you do?
How do you do? Did you have a nice journey up?
Oh, yes, no trouble.
It's all right to leave the car in the street, is it?
Yeah, you can do that there all day, yeah. I can't get over how you've changed.
It's a long time since you saw me.
Yeah. Take your coat off, Liz. Make yourself at home. Come on, sit down. I haven't said it, have I? Congratulations on your engagement.
Thanks.
It took me some time to corner him, Mr. Fairclough.
Cagey, like his dad.
Look, I hope you don't mind us descending on you like this, Mr. Fairclough.
Mind? No, not at all. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, please.
Stanley.
I wouldn't mind.
Why we've come... Well, after we got engaged, I thought I ought to meet you. That's what I said to Stan, didn't I?
You did, frequently.
So, anyway, here we are. And this is where you lived when you were a little boy, Stan.
No, not here. But somewhere just the same. And my word, doesn't it bring back some memories?
Anything else you want, Al?
Well, I didn't come in for them, but go on, I'll have some of them wine gums.
Oh, I didn't know you were fond of wine gums.
Oh, I ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, so am I. I like the diamond-shaped ones best. Ox, that's what they call them.
Yeah, they are nice. I like the clarets best, though.
Oh,
And yet another glimpse of life as it's lived among the jet set.
there's nothing wrong with the simple pleasures, Rita.
Well, you said it. Simple.
Anyway, shouldn't we have any sweets at all, you know? It's against my New Year resolution.
I resolved not to accept any mink coats this year, because it's cruel to the animal.
I bet you made one or two resolutions, haven't you,
No, I
Mavis?
haven't actually. I thought about it, and well, I couldn't think of anything that I should be doing that I'm not. And, well, there was nothing to give up because I don't smoke, and I only have the occasional drink. So
And you certainly don't go in for the third vice that traditionally follows them two.
I haven't got any vices.
Not only that, modest with it as well.
That's true, Rita. Don't have any vices.
And I've told you 1,000 times, you've only yourself to blame.
Yeah, well, I can see you two are getting at it, so I'll get
Oh,
off.
look, Al, don't give up your New Year resolutions so soon. Just try and hold out a bit longer.
Ah, well, I'm very weak, you see, Mavis.
Oh, well, let me help you. I'll take those back.
Hey, hang on, I want them for work.
No, you don't. There's your money back now.
I'll only go in another shop.
When you've quite finished, madam, with your little helping hand, that was Britain's economic recovery you've just hit on, Thed. We sell sweets and newspapers. They're either fattening or frightening, so don't you go putting folk off them.
Yes. Have you got any rubbish you can't get shut off?
Beg your pardon, Mr. Tatlock.
Well, Christmas lines that you can't sell. You know, damaged goods. Out with wrapper torn or a bit twisted like. I'll take 'em off your hands.
If I see what we've got and I let you have it at bargain prices, will you promise me you won't come back in here complaining?
Word of honour, I won't complain to you.
Hey, Stan, I haven't asked you what you do for a living.
I'm a draftsman.
For a chemical firm.
Great. Do you like it? I always wanted to be a draftsman.
Yeah, it's all right.
I work in the canteen there. That's how we met.
She's only the canteen manager.
Oh, assistant canteen manager.
Clever with it, eh? No bother about the cooking. Well, you've landed on your feet, Stanley.
I think so.
Anyway, I thought we ought to visit you. So when we were planning the wedding, I decided that we would.
Oh, yeah. Have you made a date for it yet?
Well, not yet,
Oh,
no.
yes, we have. Of course we have. It's April the 4th, if we can get to church then.
We might not.
Oh, yes, we will. Anyway, I said to Stan, I don't think much of a wedding where all the guests are on the bride's side. What about your dad, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was high time I met you anyway. So, after we'd fixed the date, I wouldn't let him put me off any longer. I insisted.
I'm very glad you did. I'm very pleased to see you. I mean that, Stanley.
By which time, of course, the car was running beautifully. Of course, they do say that the car responds to the person who's driving it. Anyway, I turned left through Presbury.
Mrs. Walker, can you spare a minute?
Excuse me.
Have you got any reject ale?
Pardon?
You know, a bottle of beer what's gone off. Stuff you can't get rid of. I mean, if you have, I'll take it off your hand.
Mr. Tatlock, I do not sell or keep beer that is less than perfect. Everything that is sold over this bar is in excellent condition. If it is not, I do not sell it. Now, is there something you wish to order?
No, thanks. I need to get shirties.
I used to.
Where was I?
Oh, tootling through the Cheshire countryside in your gold-plated motor car.
Yes. Anyway, I came back through Macclesfield. Of course, one does it more for the benefit of the car than anything else.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
monsieur.
I don't suppose you worked out how much it cost you, but I reckon you did 30-odd miles. And in your car, that's best part of £2 in petrol.
Oh, hardly.
Oh, yes, love, it drinks juice as that car. You'd have been a lot better off buying mine.
Oh, you've condescended to come in, have you? I had to do your cleaning for you this morning, madam.
Look, I happen to be a human being, not a mechanical robot. I were indisposed this morning, and I still am.
You're hungover.
No, I'm not. Probably one of them viruses what's going about.
And I suppose you come in here for a hair of the dog that bit you.
No, I haven't. I've dragged myself down here to buy a pie. Because that husband of mine went out for supplies this morning and hasn't come back yet, so give us a meat and potato. And if there's any more nasty remarks, I might just have a relapse. Then you'll have to do me cleaning tomorrow morning as well.
Just you dare.
Well, I better be off to work. And I saw to see Lennon here today.
I was hoping you'd send Stanley in to see us.
Oh, you know all about Stanley, do you?
There's not much I don't know about, dear.
True, very true.
I brought a fiancé with him by all accounts.
Ah, that's it. I think I'll pop my head round as I go back to work. I saw a car outside. That means they've arrived. See you, love.
Ta-ra.
You know, it must be 10 years since Stanley was in here. He's hardly more than a boy then. He's bound to have changed. For the better, hopefully.
He might not have changed toward his dad, though.
No, indeed.
That was a very good meal.
Aye, it wasn't bad, was it?
Your friend can certainly cook.
Among other things, eh, Dad?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting the family reunion.
I don't know whether you remember Mrs. Howard. She used to be Elsie Tanner.
I remember. Hello.
It's Elsie, not Mrs. Howard, and of course I remember you, love. Mind you, I wouldn't have recognised you if I met you in the street. You just about got into long trousers then.
And this is Liz, his fiancé.
Oh, how do you do, love? And congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Well, I just popped in to see you on my way back to work. I don't know if Len told you or not, but if you want a spare bed, there's one over at our house.
Aye, I did forget, actually. You'll be stopping over, won't you, Stanley?
Well, yeah, we are stopping over, but...
Good, because I fixed the spare bedroom up for you upstairs. And Liz can go next door to Elsie. She's got a spare bedroom.
But I've already booked us in that hotel where you come off the bypass, the Connemara.
No need for you to do that. I mean, it'll rush you 10 quid for the pair of you. You're very welcome to stop here.
Yeah, we could ring the hotel and cancel, Stan.
No, I've booked. As a matter of fact, I think we'd better go there now and leave our luggage, or else they might think we're not coming.
Well, please yourself, but you will be coming back, won't you?
Oh, yes, of course we will. About tea time, if that's all right. Yeah. And shall we go and have a drink, and then you have supper with us tonight?
Perhaps Dad's got his own plans, Les.
No, I haven't.
Oh, good, that's fixed then. We'll call back for you about 6 o'clock.
Right.
Well, goodbye then, and nice to meet you again, Stanley.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, how's it going?
It's like pushing a dirty great rock up a steep hill. I've tried, Elsie. I've been so pleasant. He hasn't said a dicky bird. He just sits there deliberately not saying anything.
Well, it's only natural. I mean, he hardly knows you. I mean, he's bound to be a bit awkward, shy.
It's not shyness with him. He's just got no time for me. That's the top and bottom of it.
Oh, come on. If he felt like that, he wouldn't have come round here, would he?
He wouldn't stop here, though, would he? He wouldn't sleep under the same roof as me.
Give over, will you?
Then what the hell did they book themselves into an hotel for? You tell me that.
If you stop ranting and raving for a minute, I'll tell you. Look, they're an engaged couple, right? In case you'd forgotten. Now, I don't know how people went on in your family when they're engaged, but she's away from her mother's eagle eye and her home for the first time. Now, if you were Stanley's age, would you want to sleep in separate houses?
I see what you mean.
I should hope you do. I thought for a moment that you'd forgotten what it was like to be young and in love and warm-blooded.
Oh, hey, up, Chuck, I can't see the telly.
Why am I doing this? It's your job, really. What about my back?
Ooh, south, south, south with you, first, last and in the middle. Here's me lying here, racked with pain, and all you can do is moan. I might have been up and about by now, you know, if you hadn't taken so long over the shopping. But oh, no. No, I have to drag myself out to get something to eat. Oh, and it's done me no good at all, that pie. I can feel it lying there.
Well, why don't you get up, get some exercise?
Oh, that's right, abuse me. No wonder my back's suffering. Look, don't keep stood in front of the telly, Stan. I've got a bet on this next race.
You what?
Well, have to have a bit of pleasure. While I was struggling down the street to the Rovers for my pie, I thought I might as well drag myself as far as the betting shop and have a little flutter. Might do me good, I thought.
Isn't it marvellous?
Beginning to swing left-handed with Atlas range.
I must say, dear, it's quite clear to me that Stanley is a very lucky young man.
I'll go along with that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Stanley. Well, to both of you, indeed. Hope you were very happy.
Here, here.
I'd like to add my good wishes to that, Stanley. Hey, they were right, you know. They always used to reckon that Nottingham had more than its fair share of pretty girls. They were right.
Aye.
This is a very friendly pub. Has it always been like this?
I wouldn't know. Last time I was round here, I wasn't old enough to go into pubs.
Ah, you'll notice a few differences round here now.
No, it's just as I remembered it. The only difference is it seems even smaller and grimier.
Well, I like it round here. It's much nicer than you said it was.
Not to me.
Well, let's go and sit down, shall we?
Well, see you, Stanley.
Hey, how did you go on last night with Loverboy when he come home and found you throwing a party in his house?
Look, it might be Mike Baldwin's house, but it also happens to be my home. Now, I don't reckon I've got any claims on him, so he has none on me. And while I'm living there, I intend to continue as an independent human being.
And you told him all this?
No.
Oh, very wise.
But I will if I have to.
I think we have sort of something special to celebrate you two being here, you know. I wonder if Annie's got any champagne stashed away.
We don't want a lot of fuss.
I'm not making a fuss. I just think we ought to have something special to celebrate.
There's
I hope you've got that date in your diary, Mr. Fairclough. April the 4th, because we want you to be there at the wedding. You will come, won't you?
Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'll be very glad to. Yeah. Hey, I'll go and see if Annie's got anything special, like some champagne stashed away, eh?
Well, how's it going?
Just asked me to the wedding.
Well, there you are. What did I tell you? You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, of course I am. You try and keep me away. Maybe it's like you say, you know. Stanley doesn't bear a grudge against me. And he might be trying to forgive and forget.
Well, of course he is.
I told you before we left Nottingham, Liz, on no account were you to invite him to the wedding.
He ought to be there. I don't know why you're being like
You
this.
should never have come here in the first place. I only agreed because you pestered and pestered about wanting to meet him. I told you what a swine he was to my mother and me.
He doesn't seem like a swine to me. He's just an ordinary sort of man.
I tell you, straight, he's not coming to the wedding. As far as I'm concerned, you wanted to meet him and you've met him, and that's the end of it.
Oh, what do you mean?
The book token. £2 book token you give me for Christmas.
Oh, that.
£2. There aren't any books here at £2.
Well, you don't want anything out of that.
£6.95 for a book. Look, and there's one here, £12. Do folks buy them?
Yeah, libraries do.
Scandalous.
Oh, well, you can find something a little less academic for your £2. Go straight for the one with naked women on the front.
Yeah, well, they're about the only kind you do see nowadays. Now, what I'm looking for is a book about Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell.
What's on earth for?
Well, I want to read about him.
Well, why Cromwell?
Because he was the chap that had the right ideas. He knew just when to crack down. You could do with him back again these days. With a few heads rolling. Like, you going to answer it?
A parcel for you, Uncle Albert.
My heck, that's quick. Almost by return of post.
It's your Lord High Executioner's outfit, is it?
Aye, that's right. Oh, look. Wrapped chocolates, biscuits. There must be a dozen of them.
You really are an old villain, aren't you?
Yeah, and a letter and all. Oh. Very, very obliging they are, you know, and they say that they hope the lad enjoy them, all the different flavours.
So this is something else you sent out then?
Aye. Mind you, I only did as he said. If the goods are not in perfect condition, send them back and close the wrapper and say where you bought it.
And were they?
Aye, of course they were. Well, made sure of that before I bought them.
Oh, called pirate, are they? Well, that's about right, isn't it? If Oliver Cromwell did come back, you'd be shot for looting. Go well with Kipper, they will. I hope they make you sick.
Oh, Stanley, could you not even and wash your plates.
Never mind that, you should be in bed.
Just look at it. Yesterday's dinner. And what's that thing doing here?
Bit of all right, there's a good paraffin stove. I'm going to put it in your bedroom.
Where'd it come from?
Only a quid.
Who off?
Tommy Deacon.
Oh, is it in working order?
No, it needs fixing.
More junk.
Well, I'm doing it.
Look, Stan, he's a scrap dealer. He gets what folk give him. Rubbish.
They talk so with him because they want the modern look. There's years in this yet.
It doesn't go. It wants fixing, you just said.
There's no to it.
Oh, another quid down the drain.
Why you always got to talk like that?
'Cause I know you.
I'm doing my best.
Look, Stan, don't do your best. Just do something useful.
Are you Hilda?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What's up with you?
You're not well?
No, I've not been too clever since that shindig of yours. I think I'm getting the flu.
Oh, heck. Well, you get to bed then. Don't bother yourself what Annie Walker says.
No, I don't.
She doesn't mean it. You know her any road.
Don't mean what?
I don't see how she can give you a sack.
Sack?
Well, you could sue her for wrongful dismissal. There's a law now.
What, just 'cause I've took 2 days off?
You want to go to Citizens Advice Bureau. They'll tell you about the law. I don't know if it applies to part-time.
Here, are you having a go at me?
I'm very concerned for you, Hilda.
Yeah, well, you can go back to Annie Walker and you can tell her I'm not coming in 'cause I'm very poorly. And it's no use her threatening redistribution. Do her no good at all.
I'll tell her.
I mean, where's she going to find another mug like me?
Well, at the moment, she's looking in my direction, Hilda. Only I don't see why I should.
No, don't you be put on.
I've told her. I mean, there's agencies she's only got to ring. Yeah. And then again, there's Stan.
Hey?
I mean, a professional cleaner. Normally works up a ladder, that's all.
You can stroll on.
Of course, if you want him for some, Matilda.
No, I've no use for him here.
I'm not doing no chowing.
Aren't you?
Hey?
Try giving him a shout upstairs.
You give him a shout.
You?
Mr. Fairclough? Mr. Fairclough, are you there?
Do you think he's still in bed?
Very likely. Not necessarily in this house, though.
Don't be like that. Look, I don't think he's the man who exists in your imagination at all.
Not my imagination, Liz.
That'll be your memory, then.
Indelible. He's the fella.
Doesn't it occur to you he's going out of his way to be nice?
Does it occur to me? It makes me want to throw up.
You won't give up, will you? You've got a grievance. You won't let go.
No.
Well, I could like him. He's probably changed. He's probably completely different.
Oh, well, I'll be a kid again then. See if we can work something out.
Oh, sorry. Look, I know it's hard.
You like him. People do. It's funny. He's on the council. They vote for him. Big mates with everybody. Big guy. You know one reason I'm glad we came?
What?
He's shrunk. Since I was 16, he's definitely shrunk. Come on, let's go to the pub then.
Well, shouldn't we leave him a note?
If we have to.
I want him to come, you know.
You've met him.
I still want him to come to the wedding.
Well, I don't. But if you want him, then you can ask for him.
Well, I'd sooner you did. All right. But he's coming. Come on.
Watch out, mate, can't you?
Stanley, you can break somebody's leg.
Ah, with a bit of luck.
Does it mean now, darling?
What?
Your badge?
You've got to be a hero to wear one of them.
No, come on now, what is it?
It's a hedgehog on a bicycle.
Oh, come off it, what is it?
How the hell do I know? I got it in a Christmas cracker. I like it.
Well, it's daft then.
Well, give us a kiss then. Why is everybody picking on me this morning?
Oh, poor Leonard.
And give us a pint at all.
You've got company.
Ah, perfect timing, eh? Liz, Stanley.
What this time?
Not you, you great omock. What are you having, love?
Oh, half a bit.
Half a bit, darling. Pint?
Pint.
Find your feet, lad. Come on. Lift them up. Thank you very much.
Is he putting you up comfortable then?
Sorry.
And again.
Len, is he making you comfortable, love?
Oh, we're staying at the... what's it called?
The Connemara. Why is a mystery. They're not even Irish.
Oh, well, you're probably better off.
Well, you know what it's like at my place. They probably have to rough it.
I have no idea what it's like at your place, Glenn, and stop trying to put it round.
She loves me, really, you know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's very, Connemara. It's all right.
Did I hear you mention the Connemara?
Well, do mention my name to Mrs. Rowland, will you? She can be funny, but she can be very nice. Tell her you're friends of mine.
Well...
And you were wondering why it's called the Connemara, weren't you? Well, it's quite a nice little story. You see, when Mrs. Rowland married for the first time, it wasn't Mr. Rowland, it was a man called Phelan, Tommy Phelan of Manchester. Now, they were going to Ireland for the honeymoon to Connemara, because he knew people there.
Oh, did he?
But they never got further than Liverpool. They missed the boat, and they had to put up for the night in somewhere very unsalubrious called, is it the Pier Head?
Yes.
The Pier Head, yes. Well, the owner of this place took a shine to them and offered Tommy a job with accommodation. And that is how Tommy Phelan started in the hotel business. You remember Tommy Phelan, won't you, Len?
Yes.
Anyhow, they never got to Ireland. But when they came back to this area, he bought a hotel, renamed it the Connemara, and he said to Flo, there is your honeymoon. You didn't miss the boat after all.
Fancy. Funny how it goes, isn't it?
Excuse me, will you?
Does she often go on like that?
All the time, mate.
And it's the only boozer in the street.
Terrible, isn't it?
Lifting out here, lads, come on. I wouldn't let a cat eat off this table.
Mr. Ogden?
Hello, what is it, Flower?
There is a line to be drawn between cleaning the tables and intimidating the customers.
What are you doing? I'm supposed to clean them.
You are harassing people. And what is more... Where did you get that rag?
Well, it was in
No, don't tell me. Just put it back. And desist immediately.
Does that mean knock off? Right.
So have you been a little walk around the old place, then?
Oh, well, we walked from the hotel, didn't we?
How do you find it?
What?
The place.
Oh, the place. I recognised it. Grotty as ever.
Did you see the new shopping precinct at Rosamond Street?
Just come in. That's Ken Barlow, isn't
That's
it?
right, yes.
Is he still living round here?
Yeah, practically a next-door neighbour.
But he went to university and all that.
Hey, Ken.
No, don't come.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, you get the down. Oh, yeah.
I bet you don't recognise that face, eh? He knew
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
My son, Stan.
How are you? What are you doing around these parts, then?
I'm just showing Liz the grisly truth about my background.
He'll never introduce me. I'm the aforementioned Liz.
Oh, I'm delighted. How are you?
So you're still living round here?
Yes, yeah.
You must like it.
Oh, it suits.
Hey, Ken, are you playing?
Yeah, okay. If you'll excuse me, I just promised I'd play darts with Alf. He's a councillor colleague of your dad's.
I fancy myself at darts.
Come and join us. You'll be very welcome.
All right, Liz?
Oh, of course not.
Come on, then. Are you good?
Well,
Oh, what?
has he changed a lot?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you'll find this short, Mrs. Walker, you
I
know.
don't think so, Mr. Ogden.
Only missed one day.
Mrs. Ogden missed 2 days.
But yesterday, you've had me today.
Not quite the same thing.
Oh, now, come on.
Mr. Ogden, you have been here for nearly 2 hours.
Well, you said knock off, not me.
You have worked 2 hours, and at 50 pence an hour, I think that is more than generous in the circumstances.
You can't do that.
I certainly couldn't afford to do it too often, Mr. Ogden.
Look, that's Hilda's money, and she won't know where it is. She's claiming will, you know.
I just want to know what he thinks.
Well, you should know what he thinks. You've talked to him.
Oh, no, we haven't. That'll take a hell of a long time to happen. No, I just thought that you might know
I
how
think
he
he's
feels.
confused.
What about?
Towards you.
That's what I mean.
It's difficult for me to say.
You see, all these years, he's had no time for me at all.
Yes.
And it's not because there hasn't been cause. There has, plenty of cause. But how do you explain to a kid why 2 grown-up people can't get on together? I was just hoping he might see that.
There's 2 sides.
Yeah. Well, one side and a bit of a side. I wasn't a wonderful father to him, you know. And I'm not trying to make it up to him. I mean, you can't, can you? All that I want to do is you get on with him.
Well, I'm sure between you can manage that.
Whose idea was it that you came up here?
Yeah, in the first place, it was my idea, but...
See?
Well, somebody had to. I mean, you wouldn't have either, would you?
No. No, I think we both gave that up as a bad joke.
But it's not. You will come to the wedding, won't you?
You see, it's you asking me.
We'd like it. We would.
He wouldn't say it as easily as
He
that.
doesn't find it easy, but it doesn't make any difference.
It makes a hell of a difference for me for him to ask me.
I'm asking you.
I'd rather hear it from him. All right.
So, you'd remember him then?
Oh, yeah. He was pretty horrible, but then that's not surprising.
I can't connect him with Len somehow.
Oh, there was no connection, really. He just always used to side with his mother, that was all. You know, I swear, when he looks at me, he always sees the Scarlet Woman to this very day.
What was she like exactly, this Nellie?
Oh, she was a lot tougher than Len. That's the funny part about it, you know. It was she who left him. One day, she just stopped being our dumpy, and she just stopped and left him and went off with Harry Bailey.
This insurance fella, yeah, Len told me about that. No, it was her I was wondering about.
Oh, she must have been daft in the head in the first place to marry him. I mean, it was different as chalk and cheese, but she did what every mother does. She made an ally of that child against Len. If it all comes right in the end between them, I shall be very much surprised. In the meantime, I'm just minding my own business and leaving them to it.
It's your favourite customer. Rita's been looking in the window.
Oh, we want locking up.
Oh, a good reason for going. Hello,
Now then, my little chickadee, what can I do for you?
You've got some of them there chocolates at window.
We've got a lot of them there, chocolates in window.
A box right down front, and colours all faded on it.
And?
But that means you've been at window too long.
Mavis, members of the general public are beginning to criticise our displays.
Look, I'm not criticising.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Tatlock. We're grateful for your interest and your comments have been noted. Thank you.
All I'm saying is I'll buy them off you.
Mavis, could we sell him that box?
Oh, I don't think we should.
That's if you make a sort of a reduction like.
A reduction like?
Well, you've had it in here a while.
Mavis, what do you say to that?
Well, we couldn't ask very much for it.
No.
Now, come on, what do you think?
Albert, you can have it for now.
Eh?
Though why you're so desperate to own an empty box is beyond me.
What?
But I shall save it for you when I do the window.
I mean, they're all empty.
Of course they are. The display packs, you great nana.
What did you want a faded box of chocolates for, Mr. Tatlock?
Well, I was just thinking perhaps some of
Hey,
them...
we know what you're up to, you know,
Yeah, we
Albert.
do.
Look, I'm not but trying to stretch my pension. I know what you two feel like when you got to go hunting around for stuff as other folk won't have.
God forgive you, Albert. You've been sending stuff like that back to manufacturers, claiming replacements. You've turned it into a racket.
Why, and who's been telling you that?
Never you mind. We know, don't we, Mavis?
It's true, isn't it, Mr. Tatlock?
If I've sent out back, it's just because they've gone off.
And now you're getting great big boxes of complimentaries, aren't you?
Now, don't you start talking
Hey,
to me as
you've been very naughty, Albert.
All right. We'll take with a pair of you. You can keep your rubbish.
You're like
Plenty
Bobby's
of
on
rubbish
to you,
shops.
you know.
Yeah, if I'm in my legal rights, if I've got cause for complaint, I'll make some blooming complaints about the attitude in this here shop and all.
He's an old villain, isn't he?
Just 2 pints and 2 lagers, please. Look.
If you don't mind, Mrs. Walker, I'd like a word with you.
I'll be with you in a minute, Mrs. Elton.
In a minute won't do, Mrs. Walker. I want to know where my money is.
I don't think this is either the time or the place to discuss your emoluments.
Oh, don't go chucking your big words at me. I eat them for breakfast. I want my money, what you owe me.
I do not owe you any money, Mrs. Elton.
There was 3 quid short in that envelope, and you know it.
Mrs. Elton, if you want to go on bawling like a fishwife...
I want my money, what you owe me.
Realise that you do so at the risk of your employment here.
Oh, aye, so she tells me. Yeah, so she tells me. 2 days off and it's my cards, isn't it? I can't be ill, can I? Oh, no, never been heard of.
Don't look exactly at death's door to me. In fact, you look very robust and you sound it.
Yeah, well, I've dragged myself here today. Dragged myself, because I won't be done down.
Your husband came in this morning. Well, really, this afternoon.
Yes, I sent him as a favour.
As a favour? Too many favours like that and I'd be out of business. He went out of his way to upset and offend the customers, and he smeared the tables, smeared them with a floor cloth. I couldn't allow him to continue.
Yeah, well, he's not accustomed to the job, is he?
Exactly. And therefore he is not entitled to the rate of pay for the job.
Well, he only needs a bit of telling.
We might describe you as a professional cleaner.
I am a professional cleaner.
Well, if you are, then your husband is an amateur, and not a particularly gifted one at that.
Oh, no, he's a professional. He's a window cleaner. In fact, we're a family of professional cleaners. which puts us higher up in godliness than some folk I could name.
Does it? Well, then, you might ask the very godly Mr. Ogden where the other pound is, because you should only be £2 short. And £2 short, you are going to stay.
Right.
And 2 lagers, was it all?
Oh, yes.
Mind you, it'd be a dull world without them, wouldn't it? I mean, you need a few characters. It'd be very boring if everybody were like me.
I don't know. The most interesting people talk to themselves up stepladders.
Oh, Rita, I'll be with you in a minute.
Don't let me hurry you.
It's all right. It's what I'm here for. Oh, Rita, it's the chocolate man. It should be in the back. Where's, what's his name, the usual rep?
I'm not a sales rep.
Oh, Rita, it's Mr. Ledbetter Chocolates.
Oh, what happened to that cheeky fella? Have they moved him?
He's not a sales rep.
No, the company sends me to help you with any problems that you might have with regard to any of our lines.
Don't think we've got any problems, have we, Rita?
You speak for yourself.
Yes. We pride ourselves that we take an interest in all our retail outlets. It's, well, an extension of quality control.
Oh, aye.
Well, we want to maintain our standards, don't we? Right through to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, has anyone ever spoken to you about the storage of chocolate confectionery?
Hang on, wait a minute. Is this something to do with complaints?
Well, there has been a little rash in this area, and we do have to concern ourselves.
I see.
So, if we could approach this in a constructive fashion?
Complaints about us?
Well, this shop has been referred to us, yes.
Might I ask who by?
They don't tell me the name, just the facts of the complaint.
And did they tell you it's all done by the same person?
No. I'm assured it's several different people.
He's working under an alias now.
Obviously.
Oh, you think there might be a bit of needle in this, do you? A bit of malice?
No, not exactly.
Even so, the confectionery has been sent back to us, and if it's substandard... So, would it be convenient for me to have a look at your stockroom? I might be able to make a few suggestions.
I could make a few suggestions myself. Mavis, show him stockroom.
Well, it was a very unexpected visit, but a very welcome one.
Well, New Year's and all that. Old Lang Syne.
Just a pity you got to go so soon, that's all.
It was Saturday night. We promised Liz's mum we'd take her out.
I was just getting used to having her around.
Yeah, well, anyway, you've met Liz.
I was very happy to as well.
Oh, same here, Mr. Fairclough.
Come on, love, get your skates on. We want to be home in good time.
Oh, you know what I've done? I've left my scarf in that pub.
Well, we can pick it up on our way.
No, I'll pop back now and get it. Won't take me a minute. You say goodbye to your dad.
It's a pity, really, like, that we didn't get more of a chance to have a talk.
Real Dr. Kissinger, isn't she?
Hey?
Liz.
What I mean is, pity we didn't, get a few things across like.
It's not worth it. What are you going to say in 2 minutes?
Well, I'd like to say that as far as the past is concerned, I'd like to forgive and forget.
Dad.
On both sides.
If you've got any big speeches, you can keep them. It's just that she wants me to tell you you'll be getting an invite to the wedding.
Yeah, but it'd mean more to me than if you said it to me.
Don't make it tricky.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'd like...
Look, the invitation comes from her. No, I don't care what you do. Break your leg, anything. Just don't be there, right? She's got this big thing about families. Worships her dad. But I reckon you and me, the last 10 years have been perfect.
Yeah, well, and it's great big parcels and more by every post. Well, I mean, it's his métier, isn't it? The dissatisfied customer. He's finally found his niche, I think.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a comeback, There's got to be.
No doubt. I mean, they're bound to be.
Well, they're not
isn't
going to
there?
take it forever.
No, they won't put up with it ad infinitum.
Hello, love. Who are you looking for?
Flaming Albert, where is he?
Oh, we're just talking about Uncle Albert.
Good, because when I've finished with you, you can talk about the bits.
Yeah, well, really, if he's not over at the centre, he'll be at home.
Thanks. You!
Look, I want no to do with you.
Well, that's just as well, because you're going to get your fortune told.
Did you?
Yeah, I've told him. Come on.
Because you've had the inspectors down on me. Now, you may think it's funny, but I don't. And Len won't either. I've just spent a whole flaming hour with him in that stock room. And you can keep your remarks to yourself as well. Now, it's not a bit funny.
Ray, that telephone call, it was your next-door neighbour. They've taken Deirdre to the General Hospital.
What for?
Well, I assume she started with the baby.
Hey, it's not due. She's not due for 5 weeks. It's not due. a top of the milk to you, Squire.
You are?
Do you know what day it is today?
Monday.
It's not just Monday. It's a very special Monday.
Well, it must be, judging me the grin on your chops. What have you done? Shot your mother-in-law?
Today, I'm going to be a dad.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, tar. I wouldn't shoot my mother-in-law, me. I'm not the type. I didn't know she don't live within shooting distance. See you. Hello. Who's a big lad then? Hey! Hey! What's his name? How old is he? He's a big lad, isn't he? Grant. See you, missus.
Feel a bit fresher now?
I feel a bit more lively. Oh, it's not like home, is it? But when you're hungry like I am, you're grateful for anything. How do you feel?
Disappointed. And I've got a splitting head.
I'll be the sleeping pill, I expect. You're not used to 'em?
No, never had one in my life.
You need 'em in here. A million little kids squawking all night, you'd never get a wink.
I didn't come in to get a wink. I come in to get a baby.
You'll get a baby, all right. You don't think that's a gumball you've got there, do you?
Yeah, but when? Nothing's happened since last night.
I were half asleep when they fetched you in. But awake enough to cop your husband, he's a bit of all right.
You think so?
Wait till you see mine. Still, beauty's on his skin deep. He's very good to me, bless him.
Oh, so's Ray. Sometimes.
And they all have their off moments. You must be thankful for their on moments, that's what I say. Mind you, this is one on moment I could have done without. It'll be my flaming fourth.
Oh, do you mind?
Well, if I did, I've had 9 months to get used to the idea. No, they all fetch their own love with them when they come.
I'm having 2. A boy and a girl, and then stop.
Aye, just what I said.
Visitor for you, Mrs. Langton, and by right he shouldn't be here yet, so kiss him goodbye before Sister comes, all right?
Hiya.
Hiya.
What do you think you're doing?
It's this secret vice I've got that I don't usually talk about. It's called eating.
I thought you were supposed to be busy having a baby.
Do you mind looking the other way while I chuck half a cup of stewed tea over him?
If she starts bashing you about, you can always come to me for a bit of sympathy. love.
Down, Rover, it's just a maternal instinct.
Gets me into trouble all the time.
What's happened to your flipping maternal instinct, then? Where's this blooming baby? I've had a sleepless night.
Oh, tut rotten tut. I've had a lovely night.
Doing what?
Nothing. Sweet Fanny Adams. Fred has decided he prefers it where he is, nice and warm and cosy. He's in no hurry to come out and listen to his dad moaning. Now, how are you coping generally?
Well, actually, I spent last night with Len.
Why?
Well, I didn't fancy going back to an empty house. Went round to see him and got a bit late. It made sense to kip down there, like, you know.
I suppose you had a couple of jars?
Yeah, a couple, yeah.
And a bite of something to eat?
I went round and cheeky tech out, yeah.
Oh, you can see how worried he was about me, can't you? Consoled himself with a game of cards, a crate of ale and a treble portion of king prawns.
I give the hospital Len's phone number.
Next time I come back on this earth, I'm coming back as husband.
Hey, seriously, love. What do they reckon's going on?
You better ask them. They tell me nought. I'm only the mother.
Come along, ladies. Haven't you finished your breakfast yet?
Should make a good seaside landlady.
She would.
Hey, nurse, when are we going to see any action?
Any action? Mr. Langton, it is the arrival of an innocent wee babe into the world that we're waiting for, not Saturday afternoon at Old Trafford.
I don't know which one of the two we prefer.
Shall you be able to go and see her there?
Oh, I'll be able to nip across to maternity sometime during the course of the morning. Find out the latest developments.
Well, nothing could have happened yet, or else Langton would have been round broadcasting it by now.
Oh, you should have seen his face when he heard she'd been rushed in.
Well, that was because he knew that she hadn't had time to make arrangements to have his socks washed and his teas made. One to the Marge, was it, love?
Please. And I think that's a lot.
Any news about Deirdre?
Oh, not as yet. No, I wouldn't mind betting that Ray'll turn out the softest father ever.
Give over. I'm not saying he'll be a bad dad, but I reckon I'll see more of his kid than he will.
Oh, why is everybody so cynical?
It's not that we're cynical, love. We just know Ray Langton.
I still think you're both wrong. You see, he'll dote on the child. His type usually do.
She lives in a little world of her own, that one, doesn't she?
Oh,
my Auntie Ethel's just the same. You know my Uncle Alf bashes hell out of every Friday night. Do you know what she blames it on? Canteen dinners.
Canteen dinners?
Cheese and onion pie on Fridays. She says he can't digest it, upsets his system. He doesn't have to have the cheese and onion. He could have sausage and chips.
Yes, well, some people like to look on the bright side. I mean, it's a good fault, you know.
Well, that done me Auntie Ethel much good, has it? She's had 2 chipped teeth, a black eye, and a pan of cabbage chucked over her, and that's only this week. Here, do you sell cakes? I've had my breakfast, I'm still starving. My mum says I must be pregnant, but I'm not, I'm just hungry.
Take your pick.
Oh, lovely. Don't worry, I'll pay for it.
Give us a quarter of tea, Reenie, and I'll get off back to work.
You work round here, do you?
Yeah, pub on the corner.
Hey, up early.
No, we're stock taking.
You wouldn't mind stock taking a pub. Come to think on it, wouldn't mind working in a pub. Any jobs going?
No, we're overstaffed as it is. I'll love it.
Oh, well. See you. Not to worry. Might have been a giggle. Hardly got prospects, so has it? And that's what I want. Something with prospects. Unlimited horizons.
Looking for a job then, are you?
Aye, that's why I'm here.
Oh, well, I haven't got any going.
No, I mean round here. I believe there's a factory opening in the vicinity.
Oh, don't look now, but it's right behind you.
Oh, is that it? Hey, funny, I never noticed it when I passed. Mind you, there were a lad what looked a bit like David Essex passing his moped at time. Yeah, quite convenient.
You've definitely got a job there, then?
Oh, no, but I shall have. They've just seen me yet.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be too optimistic, love. You see, they're fully staffed as it is. They wouldn't take my brother on, and he's highly qualified.
I'm highly qualified.
What at?
Everything. I'm a quick learner. How much do I owe you?
18p.
Then little Andrea. She's the youngest. She's a daddy's pet and no mistake. Right little spoilt madam she is. She'll lead some poor fellow a right dance when she's a bit... Sum it up, love.
Oh, no. I wish there was. It was just a bit of wind. Oh, I'm fed up with this.
When did you last have a contraction?
It must have been about 9 o'clock. Yeah, because I came in here going on for 7, and then I had them on and off for a couple of hours, and then nothing since.
Well, it's nothing to worry over. I know you say you're not, but you are, aren't you? Worrying.
Yeah, a bit.
Well, don't. It won't do you or the baby any good, and it certainly won't bring it on any quicker. Staff was right. She said make the most of your chance for a bit of rest. I know I am. When they told me blood pressure was on the high side and I'd have to come in for the last few days, I was tickled pink.
Were you?
Listen, I know George is good to me, but you don't think I get waited on hand and foot at home, do you? With him and 3 kids to shop and wash and cook and clean for. Hey, know what's for dinner? Honey shepherd's pie followed by syrup sponge pudding and custard. The orderly told me. Sponge puddings is me weakness. George won't let me make starchy puddings at home. He's very protein conscious, being a butcher.
Hello, what are you doing here?
Well, I had a few minutes to spare, like, so I thought, what shall I do? Nip down the betting shop and have half a quid on the 130 and nip down the hospital and see if I'm on the way to being a dad. Hospital we're nearer.
No, you're not. I'm wearing my roses.
Them do you?
Oh, it's all right, I suppose. Not as good as roses, though.
Have you any idea of the cost of red roses?
Have you any idea what it's like having a flipping baby?
No, and neither have you, so don't give me none of that.
Not my fault.
You'll have to light a firework under her.
Hey, you're all right, are you?
Smashing, Ty. And Chuck, I'll keep an eye on her. She'll be all right with me.
Listen, when she has that kid, I'll buy you both a dozen red roses.
And a bottle of champagne.
Yes, and a bottle of... Hey, listen, you've been watching too many pictures. Oh, yeah, it's all right. I'm just going. I only popped in, like. See you this afternoon, Mother.
See ya. Everything all right, ladies?
Oh, it's a grand hotel, this. I'm thinking of booking in for my summer holidays.
Well, it's nice to know that somebody appreciates us. Pain?
No, just wind.
Nurse, I didn't want to ask you in front of my wife, but is everything all right?
Of course it is. Oh, don't you start now. We've enough trouble coping with anxious mothers.
Yeah, but she's not due for 5 weeks. I mean, is she going to have it now or what?
I think the best thing you can do is to have a word with Dr. Hollings. He'll be doing his rounds in about 20 minutes. Can you hang on for a bit?
Yeah, I'll just make a phone call and then I'll wait right here, if that's all right. It'll just make me feel easier in my mind, you know.
Of course it will.
Well, get Marie onto it. She's a fast worker. Tell her there'll be a small incentive bonus if she can get the sample out on time.
Right.
See, Johnson's buyer's interested, but he won't commit himself until he's seen the sample.
Understandable.
That's a load of rubbish. He's just plain hard to get. You know what these buyers are like. He knows damn well the line I go. It's just a variation of a design he's had before. He sold enough of them. No, he just wants to see me sweat. Only I don't.
Only you don't let him know you don't.
Ah, well, he gets his kicks, we get the order. I should worry.
Here,
How small an incentive bonus, Marie?
Ah, well, small. Tell her times are hard.
Yeah, that's what she'll tell me.
Oh, I want to see the accounts of the shop sometime this week.
Shop?
Yeah, our shop, my shop, Sylvia's. Now, look, Ernie, you've got to come up with a catchier name than that.
I didn't realise that was my responsibility.
All part of the empire, chum. All part of the job.
I see. So an increased workload will lead to an increased pay packet?
Ah, well, times...
Times are very hard, yeah.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
Hey, I've been hanging around waiting for half an hour, you know. I've not got all day.
Sorry, Miss... I've forgotten.
Birchall, Susie.
Yeah. She's after a job.
A job?
I know you've been telling everyone you're full up, but I'm different.
How old are you?
18.
18. Well, I'll tell you something, sweetheart. You may not be long on experience, but you're not short of cheek.
Who is he?
Only the boss.
Oh, dear. One battle lost, but not the war, as my dad says when he's had a row with me, ma'am. Now, what can you offer me?
Now, Mr. Langton, Dr. Hollings told you not to worry. He did say it could just be the way the baby's lying.
Not to flaming worry. He can't hear the baby's heartbeat and I'm not supposed to worry. What do you think I am?
Oh, sorry, you're wasting your time and mine, Miss Birchall.
Oh, Susie. Call me Susie. May as well get used to it.
Oh, why?
Well, if I'm going to be working here, you don't go around calling the girls Miss this, that, or whatever, do you?
Oh, we don't. It's all very friendly here, but, what's the point, love? You won't be working here because we simply haven't got a job to offer you.
If you haven't got a job to offer me, why are you giving me this interview?
I'm not giving you an interview, Miss Birchall. I only interview experienced machinists. Now, you've never even been inside a factory, let alone worked a machine.
I'm a fast learner.
I dare say, love, but not here. We haven't got the training facilities. The people I need have got to be fully trained.
Well, everyone has to begin somewhere, don't they?
Yes, I know, love, but not here. We simply haven't got the facilities. Look, why don't you go off somewhere, get some experience, and come back to us in a few months?
Oh, no. That'd be against me morals.
Pardon?
Well, if someone has a job of training you, it's only right that you have the benefit of having you. Else it'd be immoral, wouldn't it?
Well,
she's got a point there, Ernie.
Yes, I know, but not here. We haven't got a training scheme.
No experience at all?
No, not as a machinist, no.
Oh, look, let's forget it, shall we? I realise I don't want to be a machinist. I can't use my imagination stuck behind a machine all day, can I? And that's what I want. Unlimited horizons.
A job where you can use your imagination.
And I've got plenty of that, honest.
I wouldn't quarrel with that.
Any road tar for seeing me?
Now, look, just a minute. Hang on a second. What did you say your name was?
Susie Birchall.
Well, I think I've got a job for you, Susie.
Honest?
Yes, I do.
How is she?
Fine and perky and eating her lunch.
Has the doctor not been back?
He will be. Mr. Langton, if we thought that there was any cause at all for alarm, do you think we'd be going on like this?
How the heck do I know how you'd be going on? I've not been a father before.
No, well, I suppose it is only natural you should feel a bit of concern, but don't let your wife see it. There's no point in worrying her as well, is there?
As well? You mean there is something gone wrong?
No, I don't. A sacred aunt will have to watch every word I say to you, won't I? Now go in there and cheer her up and smile, for goodness sake.
Hello, are you here again? Can't keep away from me, can you? I know it's only me grapes you're after. Look who's come to see me.
Hooray. Are you getting very excited?
Oh, yeah. Tension's killing me.
It's not doing me much good either. Hey, what do you think about Lynette?
I don't know, who's she?
Oh, she isn't anybody, not yet. She might be our daughter. Lynette Langton, what do you think?
Might be a bit of an handicap when he wants to play for United.
He's made up his mind it's going to be a boy.
What will you call him if it is a boy?
Well, I like Andrew, but he fancies Richard. Now, I don't dislike Richard, but I'm not potty about Dick. And Richards always get shortened to Dick, don't they? Dick Langton. Now, it sounds a bit yobbish.
I've got a book of names at home. I'll get my George to fetch it in next time he comes. If mine's a girl, she's going to be Elise after me mother. Well, she's Elsie, really. But I'm not lumbering no kid with Elsie these days. She's already played pot because I haven't called any of the others after her. Says she'll not leave me a green shield stamps if I don't call this one for her. If it's a lad, I'm really in trouble.
Oh. Hey, that reminds me. Have you phoned me mum?
Why?
She might just be vaguely interested to hear she's nearly a gran, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll phone her?
Yeah, of course I will.
Hey, you're not going already, are you?
Yeah, well, I best nip out, honey. Popped out for a minute. I've hardly been in at all today.
Well, you're entitled. It's not every day you have a baby.
I guess that's true. See you, love.
See ya.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Ta-ra.
And she'd already spent a fortune on this crib. All done out with white frills and ribbon bows and lined in the most beautiful...
Carl, I'll be back in a minute. She's probably popped out for a sandwich. See, she can't have a proper lunch hour being by herself.
She on this as well?
Yeah, recently.
Bit of a dump, isn't it? I mean, a bit old-fashioned. Not your style at all, but if you're just taking over, that accounts for it.
And what is my style?
Well, you know, so there's a bit of go in it, a bit of zip, pow. So you want me to work here, do you?
I was considering it, yeah. I thought it was something you could do. Something with a bit of a go in it. Zip, pow, you know what I mean?
I like you, you're great. I'm gonna like working for you.
Yeah, you will, as long as you're still enough. Get in on time and don't leave 10 minutes early each night. Oh, and try and make sure that after stock doesn't walk out with the customers, will you?
Walk out? Oh, I see, you mean shoplifters.
We do get a few, yeah.
Not with me around, you won't. I've got eyes on the top of my head, the back of my head, and the soles of my feet.
Yeah, I can believe that. Well, look, I can't hang around here much longer. Girl will be back soon. Introduce yourself. She's a nice kid. Put her in the picture. I'll try and pop back later. Oh, and look off after me, will you?
What for? It's a shop, ain't it? Customers will want serving.
Yeah, but you don't know where everything is.
Well, it's not exactly Marks and Sparks, is it? I can find my way around. Long as prices are marked on tickets, I can't go wrong. And I am honest, Mr. Baldwin. It says so on references I gave you. I won't walk off with Tiller now. I'm not stupid.
No, love. Neither am I. Right, Susie, you're in charge.
Thanks for your trouble, lovey. Bye. Nope, nothing yet. Still on the ward. So she hasn't even started yet, no?
So what was all the panic for last night?
Oh, false alarm.
Is she coming home? Because I'll pop round and see her after work if she is.
No idea, it depends entirely on nature. Well, I hope it doesn't do its little self too much. I needed at least another day to finish this code.
It could be 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks, 5 weeks.
That could be.
It's a bit like horse race, isn't it, with every nagging outside there.
Sure, Deirdre'd love to hear that.
That's not a bad idea. Why don't we run a sweepstake on it?
It means why doesn't he run a sweepstake on it?
On what? Whether it comes first, second or third? She's having one baby, you know, not triplets. Just hope she's not.
No, on when it's born. Taking the time. Nearest wins. I'll work out some odds and take your bets tonight.
Yeah, but what if the little love's born before then?
Then I'll bash the little love over its little head with its little rattle. I'm joking.
Oh, give us a pie and let me go. I'm only supposed to take half an hour dinner till he gets me some help.
You've been here 40 minutes already.
Can I help it if you're slow?
Well, it must be washable because it says so on label. Look, you see that little wiggly thing with lines on it and number 6 on top? Well, that means machine wash on number 6.
Yes.
Short spin, cool iron. The other little thing means don't use bleach, but you wouldn't anyway, would you?
No.
Any road, if you wash it as per instructions and anything goes wrong, fetch it back. It'll be manufacturer's responsibility then. But myself, I don't think you'll have any problems.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on a minute, love. I'll just tidy these things away, then I'll serve you.
Actually, I think it should be me serving you. I work here. Who the hell are you?
Oh, you must be Gail. I'm Susie. I work here too.
I'll take her a little box of them cheese triangles.
To the hospital?
Well, they're better than chocolates. She needs plenty of calcium, especially if she's going to feed it herself.
Well, is she?
Well, if she's got any sense in her head, she will. Nature's way is the best way in the end. And I'll have a tin of pilchards in tomato sauce for myself and a bottle of vinegar, and that'll be the lot.
And where are you going?
As soon as I've had a bit of dinner, I'll catch the 5 past bus.
Are you sure they'll let you in, Mrs. Sharples? You see, I have a feeling there's only husbands allowed.
They'll let me in.
It would be a shame, wouldn't it, for you to trail all that way for nothing?
They'll let me in.
Yes, I have a feeling they will.
Well, he might have told me first.
He couldn't. You weren't here. And as I was free to start immediately, it was obviously needed me desperate.
Why was it obvious?
Shop was shut, weren't it? You can't make money with a shut shop.
I'm entitled to me flaming dinner break.
He said you'd only be gone a few minutes. I've been here half an hour on my own.
Do I have to answer to you now?
I'm not going at you nothing, Gail. I couldn't stick it in here all day without a break neither. I'm just thinking of him.
Yeah, so am I.
He's a businessman. He's in it to make money.
I don't think he need worry too much. Not with you to take care of his interests.
He gave me a job. If there's one thing I'm loyal. I like Mr. Baldwin. I want to do my best.
You want to make a success of it here, do you?
Well, what do you think?
Really get stuck in.
If there's one thing I've got, it's bags of energy.
As well as being loyal.
I know my abilities and I know my faults.
Well, it's a shame to let all that energy and loyalty go to waste, isn't it? Them shelves. They need clearing, dusting, and the boxes sorted through and put back neatly.
Oh, they do. I'll help you.
Help me? You'll do it. I'm manageress here.
Oh, no, Flower. I don't want to be nasty around, but I think you've got it wrong.
I have I?
Mr. Boulder intends me to be in charge.
What?
Definitely last thing he said before he went out was, Susie, you're in charge.
I've just heard it myself with my own 2 ears.
You did? Well, what about the doctor? Has he not been back?
Mr. Langton, I have been a staff nurse on maternity for a long time, and I think I know the sound of a baby's heartbeat when I hear one.
Yes, I know, but
There's
surely...
nothing wrong. Everything's fine. Dr. Hollings will tell you that when you see him.
Well, how come he couldn't hear it in the first place?
Mr. Langton, if I had a few hours to spare, I'd give you a full rundown on antenatal problems, but I've not got the time, and I doubt that you'd be any the wiser.
You think I'm daft, worrying?
No dafter than any other expected father.
It's the sleeping pill they gave her last night. They take a bit to wear off if you're not used to them. Have a chocolate.
No, Ta. Is she all right?
She's grand. She's just a bit tired, that's all.
Nothing happened yet.
I've never seen such an impatient pair as you two. Mind you, I suppose I was the same with me first. And George was just as bad. Worse.
I'll not disturb her then.
You think a lot of her, don't you?
I love her.
Well, if you love me, don't forget to phone me flipping mother.
Yes, boss. Right, you're our boss.
It's going to be a lad, and it's going to be born 3:27 tomorrow, right?
Right.
Right, that's 20p.
Yeah, nobody gets it right.
Well, nearest wins, obvious, innit?
Well, I'm here. I mean, now look, say it's a girl, and you get that bit right. But you're 4 days out in the date, and yet you're the nearest. You still win.
Oh, fair's fair, Betty. I mean, you can't have idiots winning sweepstakes. No, you got to be within 24 hours.
So nobody is.
But then you follow the usual rules. The money goes to charity.
Which charity?
Oh, give us a chance. I haven't thought yet, have I?
You will.
Hey, do yourself a favour, Eddie, and send it to hospital. They're going to need a bit extra there to patch you up.
Listen, I want to tell you two something. This is England, and in England, you're innocent until you're proved guilty.
You don't come from England. You come from Liverpool.
Don't let them hear you say that in the old Swan. I will show you the extent of my scrupulous fairness. Here, no. I'll even let him have a go, and he's got stable information. Right, 20p a throw, when it takes it all. What and when? Hang on. No post-race betting. It hasn't arrived, has it?
No, and I'm blowed if I know when it will. Give us a pint, Betty.
OK, Doc.
Hey, if he don't know, give us me 20p back.
I'll give over Fred.
Betty.
Yes, love.
Bring this drink over here.
Right.
Hey, come over here. I want a word with you.
Come on. Do as you're told.
What's that? How is she?
OK.
No baby yet?
No.
Well, what are you doing here?
Oh,
Yeah, Doc.
ta, Betty.
Okay. Thank you, lovely. Yeah. I said, what are you doing here?
Well, it's the best place, isn't it? She's fed up waiting.
All the more reason why you should be with her. Still, I suppose you're right. Because if you sat at the side of the bed with a face like that, she'd start thinking you were worried about something. Now, what is it?
Do you want a milk stout?
I've got one.
It's nothing.
It's a very important nothing by the look of it.
Look, you've nearly finished it. You sure you don't want another?
All I want is an answer.
It's the doctor. He examined her and he said he couldn't hear the baby's heartbeat. Then they checked her again and the nurse said she could.
You daft young devil. He says he can't hear it and you believe him. And you think she's thinking a pack of lies when she says she can. Is that it?
I must admit it's funny.
I must admit that you're funny. Yeah, I suppose we're all the same. We get a pain and we go to the doctor to be reassured and he says there's nothing to worry about. And do we believe him? Do we, hackers like? They can't win and neither can we. But it's quite true what they say, you know. Sometimes you can't hear a baby's heart beating and sometimes you can. It just depends what position it's in. Now you sit here and worry about that and I'll go and see your wife. Shall I tell her I've seen you?
No, don't do that.
No, perhaps I'd better not, otherwise she'll stop thinking about the baby and start worrying about its father.
Hey,
Ray, when's Blanche coming, love?
Well, I've not had a chance to phone her yet, Betty.
Oh, well, you better get cracking, wouldn't you? I mean, I'd want to know if my daughter was on the
Yeah.
way. Anyway, look, be our guest, but ask the operator how much.
No, I can't do that. The number's at home, you see. I'll phone her from there.
OK, don't.
Yeah.
Putting up the evil day, sunshine.
I've got enough trouble without her.
You don't know when you're well off, you. Hey, my mother-in-law spoils me rotten.
I've got news for you. They're not all the same.
How's the lady in waiting?
Still flaming waiting.
Where's the girl?
Oh, she's gone to Manchester. She's shopping, you know, for the house. She asked Mrs. Walker for 2 hours off.
When?
About 10 minutes ago.
I got a car to a discount house. I told her to wait.
A discount house? You'd never get better in a discount house. No, she's headed for Deansgate Lovey and all the posh shops. Oh, a discount house.
Well, who she thinks she is in, Jackie or Nassus? I don't see anything wrong in getting a few bob off.
She knows that, Lovey. But it's not her money she's spending, is it? I mean, it's yours that makes a lot of difference. Giving her a chance to load it down King Street.
Ah, well, give us a scotch, will you? Why do I bother?
But I've been asking.
Do you want a drink?
Rover's return. Yeah. Mrs. Walker, brewery. Sorry, Lovey.
You all right?
Can I help you?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm looking for a Mrs. Ray Langton.
Are you a relative?
No, just a friend, Mrs. Ena Sharples.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Sharples, we don't allow friends to visit. It's just husbands and close relatives.
I see. Just close relatives. And if I'd said I was one?
Well, I'd have believed you.
Right. I'm her mother.
You must have been a remarkable woman, Mrs. Sharples.
I still am.
She's in there. 5 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Oh, Mrs. Sharples, what brings you here?
Oh, just some young friend of mine what's having a baby. How are you?
I'm fine. Sit down. This is Mrs. Alpha.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Mary's just twiddling her thumbs as well, aren't you, Mary?
Now, don't knock it. I haven't enjoyed myself so much for years.
Oh, why not? You've a few young nights coming along.
This is her 4th.
That's why I'm enjoying myself.
I thought you were getting on a bit to be having your first.
Who's your friend?
What about your husband? Is he looking after the rest of them?
Oh, heaven help him if he is. No. We both come from big families. There's no shortage of willing hands.
Or nosy Parkers, just waiting for the chance to go through your sideboard drawers.
Aye, there's plenty of them. There's only one I can't stand. His stepsister. If she turns up, I'm on the next bus home, baby. I'm not having her in my house.
It's funny, isn't it? There's always one.
There is.
Anyway, I mustn't gossip. It's only given me 5 minutes. Brought this for you. I've broken all records getting it ready for today.
Oh, what an unusual colour.
Well, I thought I'd better be on the safe side, see that we don't know what it's going to be. And you can put them in out these days, can't you? You know, you'll never believe it, I'll tell you. I was in Manchester about a fortnight ago, and I saw a young woman in Piccadilly with a baby, and it was dressed from head to foot in black.
The world's gone mad.
I see her in with somebody sensible.
Oh, yeah, she's full of little gems like that. The world's gone mad, everything's upside down. It went out like this when our David were born.
Well, it wasn't. You don't know how much having babies has changed. She'll tell you, won't you, Mrs. Sharples?
I hate you're going back a bit, aren't you? In my day, if the midwife's bicycle had a puncture, you could look after yourself.
I'm not going back that far. I mean, look at postnatal care. They have babies next to beds now. They were not like that when I had our David. All the babies were in one big creche. And I'll never forget it. George visited me, and this little nurse comes in and she says, "Follow me, it's Father's Day. You're all going to see your kids."
She's right, you know.
Oh, I remember it to this day. When he comes back, he's laughing his head off. It seems there was this big plate glass window, and all the babies were behind it. And he shouts his name through the glass, and the nurse fetches our David and holds him up for George to look at. Well, you know what had tickled him. He'd been doing that himself all day, only with cuts of meat. He's a butcher, my husband, you know. How'd you fancy that, Mrs. Harrison? He laughed. I thought you were going to tell me how much a pound it were. He said,
What's going on
in here, then. Childbirth is a very serious matter, I'll have you know, and your time is nearly up, Mother.
I know, I won't outstay me welcome.
Well,
I'm very glad to see that you're comfortable.
Thank you.
You've made up your mind what you're going to have you?
Mrs. Sharples, I don't care what it is, as long as it gets a move on.
Have girls, the pair of you. We're much nicer than t'other lot.
Ta-ta. Look, I'm not arguing about whether you work here or not. What I want to know is how you get the idea you're boss.
Because Mr. Baldwin said so. That's where I got the idea.
What did he say exactly?
Exactly. If I remember what every fella said to me, I'd go mad.
You remembered earlier on. All right, what did he say approximately?
Well, let me see. I said I wanted a job with responsibility and authority, and he said he had the very one. And as our English teacher said, it was implicit in what he said that I'd got the boss's job.
But he didn't exactly say it in so many words.
That's what implicit means. He said so, but not in so many words.
Well, let's hear him say it in so many words.
Look, if you want to go running... Yes, love?
Oh, a friend of mine bought one of them tabard tunics here a couple of weeks ago. Green it was, sort of sage green. Have you got it in any other colours?
Yes, I think we do. Where are the tabard tunics, Miss Potter?
Oh, I'd have thought you'd have known, Miss Birchill. In view of what Mr. Baldwin implicitly said, I'll get them.
Hey, you having a row?
Sort of difference of opinion.
Oh, can't be as bad as our place. I'm with Dickens and Worsthorne, you know, estate agents. There's one girl there who grumbles from morning till night. She grumbles if she got too much work. She grumbles if she ain't got enough. And then one day last week, the boss come in about 10 to 5 and said he got 2 more letters. Well, she screamed the place down, didn't she? She stood there screaming and it was full of customers. Oh, it gets you down, though, doesn't it? One girl left, you know. She couldn't sleep nights.
Here we are. Oh, how's that?
Not quite your colour, is it?
No, I was thinking that.
Perhaps you'd better carry on serving, Miss Birchill.
Yes, I will. And you can find something else to do.
Oh, if I live to be 100, I'll never make a work of art of this lot.
Andy Warhol did.
Who?
Andy Warhol. He's an American painter. He paints soup tins.
Oh, one of them. What can I get you?
Well, actually, I came to see you in your capacity as ticket seller for the dance. Could I have 2, please?
Now, I'm telling everybody, I'm not the only outlet. Now, are you sure your Ernest hasn't got 2 somewhere else?
If I left it to Ernest, the dance would be over before he even thought about it.
Not the gigolo, then.
Ernest, the gigolo? Never. He's more of a strip club man like myself, isn't he?
I agree with Ken. I mean, a dance is more than an excuse for physical contact. It's well, I mean,
it's a social occasion, isn't it? Of course it is. I mean, even us wallflowers can get a drink bought for us.
You let him buy you a drink, love. But if you're after a bit of physical contact, you need never be a wallflower while Eddie Yates has got his health and strength. I will give you a whale.
You what?
You needn't look at me like that. Save them looks for Mrs. Sharples. It's a well-known fact that bonny people are light on their feet.
Bye. And are they light on the wallet and all, or have you come in here to buy something?
I could answer that, but I won't. I'll have 2 ounces of grapes.
What? 2 ounces of what?
Go on, make it £1/2 then.
Oh, that's England. Grapes on social security.
There you go. Dig in your grave with your big mouth. They're for Deirdre Langton. Now, I hope you're ashamed of yourself.
By gum, it's the life, is this?
I've just made a solemn resolution. This time tomorrow, there's going to be a baby at the bottom of that bed.
Even if you have to pinch one?
Oh, don't worry. I'm perfectly capable of providing my own.
Oh, I should be glad when the last of these are gone.
Don't be too glad, I've ordered more.
Oh, no. They're going out. They're on their last legs.
You say.
I know.
That's your trouble. You know everything except who's boss.
Right, that's it. I'm going to settle this once and for all.
I'll settle it. I'll find out what he really says.
And I'll be there to hear him say it.
I'll dig it out for you. I know I've got the dots somewhere. No, it's no trouble at all. I've just got to go through a pile of music about 3 feet high, that's all. There's no trouble. You know, I keep finding pieces I thought I'd lost. Do you know, I nearly lost the whole lot a few weeks ago. I found Emily just about to chuck it all in the dustbin. Don't ask me, Arnold. It's just, I suppose, women don't appreciate the value of things, right? Yeah.
We've come for satisfaction.
I'll ring you back. What sort of satisfaction?
Oh, don't flatter yourself. It's work.
Here, now, less of that. Now, just let's calm down. Tell me what it's all about.
We want to know who's in charge at the shop, me or her.
What didn't Mr. Baldwin say?
She says he says it's her. I say he didn't.
And I say he did.
All right, all right.
Well, who is it?
Well, it's not for me to say, is it?
Oh, faff.
No, look, I've told you.
Is he in? Because I'm packing it in if it means me taking orders from her.
You can do
He
what
is
you
not
like.
in. He is over at the Rovers with a rep. Now, I suggest you go outside, cool off, and wait till he gets back.
If you think...
Outside!
Well, you can say what you like. I mean, if you've got to wait, there's worse places, you know, than Weatherfield General. Oh, it's beautiful. That new maternity wing is absolutely beautiful. Our Gordon kept me waiting, you know, a day or two. Day or two? I was 3 weeks late with our Vera. Hey, little devils. 56 years if she lives. Seems but yesterday. Since you lost her? Oh, since she was born. Makes you think, doesn't it? It does indeed. Do you mind, Fred? This is ladies' talk.
Sorry.
All right, Fred.
Yes, ladies, what's your pleasure? And keep the party clean, eh?
Fred, do us a favour. We don't want to interrupt. Tell Mr. Baldwin we want a word.
Gail, it's a pub, this. It's not a flipping telephone exchange.
Oh, give us a tomato juice. You don't get nothing for nothing in this life.
Some people don't deserve anything.
There you are. What was it you wanted, love?
Just a word with Mr. Baldwin if it's not too much trouble.
No trouble for you. It's for her, though. Mr. Baldwin. Too late.
Right, what's that for?
We want to know who's boss.
You what?
We want to know who's boss at the shop, me or her.
You mean you want to know who's responsible for looking after Sylvia?
Yeah.
Well, when you find out, tell me. There's only 2 of you working there and you're both here.
Locked up.
You... Wait a minute, Reg. Well, you can flame him. We'll unlock up. Then you get back to work and I'll see you later on. Now, go on.
We still don't know who's boss.
I am.
That looked interesting. It did indeed. Fred, ladies' talk finished. Hey, what was that all about? And talk slowly. I can't hear you when you jabber.
What did you say?
£1/2 pound of grapes.
Another £1/2?
Well, you can't sell me the same lot twice, can you?
What are you doing with them? Feeding the flaming parish?
For Deirdre, aren't they? Same as the last lot. Only I reckoned without Big Oggy. I went there for dinner, closed my eyes for 5 minutes. When I woke up, he'd scoffed the old flaming lot.
He didn't.
Yeah, not only that, but he reckons he feels ill now.
Oh, you'll have to give him these, won't you?
Listen, the only bunch he's getting off me is a bunch of 5s. They're big, fat, lazy, good for nothing.
Talking about yourself again, Yates?
Isn't it marvellous? You offer the hand of friendship and they bite it. Here, they're for your missus. I hope they choke you.
I thought he said they was for Deirdre.
He's not daft, you know. I mean, what invalid eats her own grapes?
True, very true.
Now, enough of this small talk. What can I get you?
Would you believe it was grapes I was after?
I believe anything.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine, yeah. Oh, now, successful drink?
Yeah, knocked him down a few, Bob.
Great.
Look, I'm going to nip out again about 4. If you want me before, then I'll be in the workshop, all right?
Fine. Oh, hey, I had those girls in here a bit ago. Gail and, Susie, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some argument about who was boss. Well, I fobbed them off and told them to wait till you got back.
You fobbed them off?
Yeah.
Well, I've got news for you, Charlie. You're not the world's champion fobber offer, because they turned up at the Rovers.
They didn't.
Oh, they did. Right in the middle of an important conversation, because some blabbermouth told them where I was.
Well, it could have been coincidence.
Oh, yes. Could have been, couldn't it?
Oh, excuse me, can I have a wee smile, please, Mr. Langton? Come on, before you go in to see your wife, take that woebegone look off your face. Mr. Langton, let me put it this way. Look, if I could find a wee leprechaun and wave his wee shillelagh and make me change places with your wife, I'd let him do it with the greatest of pleasure.
What, even with me as an husband?
Ach, I knew there was a drawback.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Anything happened?
No, sorry, I'm still in one piece. One big piece, admitted.
She's enjoying every minute of it.
Looks good, doesn't she?
She looks lovely.
Oh, well, don't stop on my account.
No, no chance. We don't want you being big-headed and all.
Where's me flower?
She's here, wilting.
How do? Hey, not arrived yet?
He can't wait for another son. They'll have him serving in shop before he's 3.
Hey, it's you I want. They're driving me balmy, all them women.
Good. You'll have to appreciate me a bit more. What's in there?
I've brought you some chops.
Chops? What am I supposed to do with chops?
Well, take 'em down to the kitchen. They'll cook 'em for you.
Oh, they will, like as like.
Right. I'll take 'em home. Oh, there's a couple of books from Mrs. next door. And these are from our Stella.
When did she arrive?
Oh, there's still a time.
I hope you haven't gone and left her in the house alone.
Look, she came round to the shop, didn't she? Hey, I knew it were more than my life were worth.
You're right, no. It's the one I was telling you about.
Oh, yes. It's Mr. Anforth's stepsister.
Oh?
Mr. Anford's wicked stepsister.
Now, Mary, don't start. You know, it's not doing her a scrap of good being in here. She's just like this at home.
I am not.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Emily. Come in.
Is it all right? I'm just on my break. I told Ray I might pop in again.
Did you? Oh, Mr. Anforth, Emily works here, don't you, Emily? She's an orderly.
Well, nursing auxiliary to be exact.
Hey, what's that when it's at home, love?
Well, I don't do anything medical for the patients. I think it's best described by saying I do everything a mother would do if the patient was at home.
Is that right? Get cracking then. Tell him off.
Oh, what for?
I'll
Anything
think of
special? Well, look, it seems silly coming when you've already got visitors. I'll pop back in again sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, any time.
Right. Nice to meet you. Bye.
You dunderhead.
Now what have I done?
Why didn't you tell me she was coming again?
She didn't tell me, not till this afternoon.
Honestly, Mary, it's getting so embarrassing. Emily knitted me this bed jacket to come in with, and I've left it at home. If you told me she was coming, you could have fetched it in.
I've told you I didn't know.
Oh, they're all the same, aren't they?
Don't I know it? That's just one of his tricks.
All right, doctor's rounds now. Can you two gentlemen take walkies for a few minutes, please? Doctor's rounds, everybody.
Hey, bed jacket, middle drawer, dressing table.
You've just got to drive them, haven't you?
I said sit down.
Would look silly if a customer came in and you told us off for doing that.
What I do and what you do are two very different things. Right, let's have it from the top.
When I came...
From you.
According to Miss Birchill, when she came to you for the job, you implied that she was the boss. I just thought it funny that if she was, she'd said nothing to me, that's all.
How did I imply you were the boss?
I said it was implicit in what you said.
Same thing.
Yes, I know. Well, if you remember, when you turned me down for a job as a machinist, I said I wanted a job with responsibility and authority, and you said you had the very one. Now, if that don't mean you want me to be responsible and use my authority, what does it mean?
That's exactly right. I want all my employees to be responsible and use their authority, as far as it goes.
And how far does mine go?
When she's out of the shop, you're in charge.
And the rest of the time, she's the boss?
That's what I mean, and that's what I've always meant.
Well, it's a pity you didn't say so in the first place, Mr. Baldwin, but I'm sure we're all glad it's sorted out. But while we're here, Mr. Baldwin, could I say a few things? Isn't it about time we had some money spent on this shop? I mean, the kids will never come in while it's like this, and they're the big spenders. Give us a new name, a new image, way out lights, way out decor, and me and Gail will make it go a bomb, won't we, Gail?
Yeah?
Put it in writing, let me have it. I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, can we get back to work?
Shall I make a cup of tea? I'm dying for a cup.
Oh, we surprise for you in there. Sending me home.
Hey, come on.
She's a bit upset, poor love.
I'm sorry. I'm useless.
You're just not ready yet. It will come when it's a mind to.
You've got to take me home.
Of course I will, love.
Look after her. Don't go for any long walks. And if you do, stay on a bus route.
Come on. We'll go home now, come on. sooner have the old banger.
You get the door open, Ray, and I'll follow.
Hey?
Just get the door open before anybody sees us.
So let them see us.
Look, I feel a big enough mug as it is without the rest of the street joining in the joke.
They're going to find out sooner or later, aren't they?
Not if I have anything to do with it, they're not. Now, will you get that flipping door open before I freeze to death?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Come on. All right, let's get doing. Hang on.
Oh, thanks.
That'll get along. You sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Stop fussing. Just think, last time I were here, I thought next time I'd have a baby with me.
Well, you heard what Nurse said. You could have it within 24 hours if we're lucky.
Yeah, but I feel such a fraud wasting everybody's time like that. Not that they said anything. Well, they wouldn't in front of me, would they? Hey, do you know what that nurse reckoned? The Irish one? She reckoned it was just the baby turning over. And Muggins here thought she'd gone into labour.
So what? Better to be safe than sorry.
Must have had me down for a right neurotic.
Do you want something to eat while I'm at it?
Not to mention what the folk round here will think when they find out.
Luke, love, it was a false alarm. It could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, but it happened to me, didn't it? And all because yours truly wouldn't recognise a contraction if it came up and introduced itself.
Well, why should you? You've not had one yet.
Exactly.
Are you sure you don't want something to eat?
No.
Don't know what you're worried about myself. Look on it as a reprieve.
More like a suspended sentence.
Morning, Hilda. Any news yet?
Huh?
On Deirdre Langton and family?
Oh, none as I've heard, no.
Oh, well, if you haven't heard, Hilda, nobody has, and that's for sure. So, will you and Stanley be doing the Light Fantastic tomorrow night, then?
You are?
The dance, Hilda, as advertised on that poster you've been staring at half the morning, I shouldn't wonder. Don't tell me Stan's not taking you.
Oh, yeah, of course he is, yeah. Well, that is, he has offered, you know, but, I said no. Not much point in us going to a dance any road. Last time Stan were on the dance floor, Glenn Miller was still alive and kicking. Besides, you know, I like to get away from familiar faces when I go out, me. Well, you get sick of the same shower day in and day out, don't you? I'd just as soon be at home with the box, you know. Be cheaper and all. Oh, I said that to Stan when he offered to get us them tickets. No, you save your money, Chuck, I said. Let them go to this dance what can't get their fun at home, I said. And good luck to them. No, we'll just get a few bottles in and have a bite to eat. Watch the telly. Make a nice change.
So who's she trying to kid? Herself.
Ray? Oi, Ray!
Well, go on then. Answer it if you're going to.
I'm not. Hey, and whoever it is, tell him I'm still in bed in hospital.
Come on, Deirdre. You can't keep this up forever.
I can for a few days, and that might be all I need. Now, come on, answer it.
Oh. Hello. Oh, hello, Rita. No, there's no news yet, love. Yes, she's fine. I'll tell her that. Well, she doesn't much fancy visitors at the moment, apart from me. No, I can't think why neither. Yeah. Okay then, tell her. Rita.
Yeah, I gathered that.
You know, for somebody who doesn't want to look a mug, you're going about it in a very daft way. I mean, supposing she'd gone straight down to the hospital.
Well, she didn't, did she?
No, but somebody will, won't they, sooner or later?
Look, Ray, I just don't want to see anybody. Not just yet. Can't we just leave it at that?
You've not made a mug of yourself yet, you know.
Oh, you try telling that doctor.
Now, you keep saying nothing happened at the hospital. Well, I've got some news for you, look, because something did happen. Otherwise, they'd have got shut of you long before they did.
Like what? Ray?
I made up my mind not to tell you.
Raymond?
Well, it seems that they couldn't hear the baby's heartbeat.
What?
Well, only for a bit. It had turned over or something and muffled it.
Why didn't they tell me that?
I didn't want to worry you. Of course, the doctor heard it in the end, and that's why they let you go, but you can get it out of your head you was no trouble to them.
So that's why they kept coming in and examining me.
Yeah. Now, what do you say? We get rugged up and nip down the road for a pie and a pint.
Oh, how many times? I am not setting foot out of this place until I go back to the hospital.
How much longer are you going to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Oh, just give me a couple of more days, Ray. I might have had it by then and nobody will be any wiser.
What am I supposed to tell them all in the meantime?
You'll think of something. Now get gone if you're going, and you can bring me a pie back. Oh, and call in at Emily Bishop's, tell her what's happened and ask her to keep mum, because if she goes into that maternity ward and finds I've gone, cat's out of the bag, innit?
Listen, if you want her to play this daft game of yours, tell her yourself. You know the number. I'll be gone about an hour. If you want me, I'll be at Rovers.
Where else? Weatherfield 5417? Oh, I see. How disappointing for you. Oh, no, I won't tell a soul. Of course not. Right, you are, then. Goodbye. Nothing I'd like more. Bit of a knees up. Still, what can't be, can't be. No, I'll just stay at home with my knitting. Thinking of you lot, whooping it all up. And while you're there, dancing the night away, spare a thought for less fortunate souls, eh? Who can't afford to go with you.
Place I worked at a toffee factory. We had this boss there. Generous. He'd think no to pay for a girl's night out once in a while. Still, he won in a million. They don't make 'em like him anymore. No, dying breed. Extinct, more's the pity. Ignore 'em, love. Some folk must think you're made of money. Mind you, he had his reasons, my ex-boss. He used to say if he fought enough out on girls now and again, it made for better worker management relationships. At least I think that's what he said.
Yeah, well, it would, wouldn't it? Stands to reason.
All right, how much are they and how many of you want to go?
I thought you'd never ask. Oh, come on.
What do you mean you're thinking on?
I'm giving it a bit of thought.
Oh, Stanley, the world could come to an end while you're thinking. It is tomorrow night, you know. Could be all over and done with by the time you've activated your grey matter.
What do you want to go to a dance for? You know better than me.
Well, that's because I get no practice. Any road, you don't have to be able to dance with this modern stuff. You just wiggle about a bit.
Go on, you can see she wants to. What have you got to lose?
How much are these tickets?
50p a piece.
That's what I've got to lose. £1. Ready when you are, mate.
Any news on the young Langton, then?
No, there's no changes, they say.
Has she started in labour or what?
Labour?
The baby, love. I'm not talking about politics.
You tell her to take as long as she wants, mate. Same again, Betty, love.
Okay, don't.
Why, what's in it for you?
A bundle. As long as your Deirdre doesn't let us down. It's me hour of the baby's birth suite, you see. The longer she takes, the more chance the punches will be wrong. You can have a go yourself if you want. Second thought, you better not. Inside information, you know.
Yeah, well, there's too many kids being born any road, if you ask me. No, they're not raised up for the day. 2 babies born every second. 2 every second. To listen to some women, you'd think it was something that happened only once in a lifetime.
It does. If it happens to be you who's being born.
Do you know, sometimes I wonder if you're as bright as you cracked up to be. You've just cost yourself a small fortune there.
Well, it's mine to spread around, isn't it?
Well, let them buy their own tickets if they want to go that bad.
Look, buying the tickets has made them grateful, right? And a grateful worker's a good worker. Get their money back with interest. The question is, how are you going to repay me?
What for?
Well, you didn't think I'd leave you out, did you?
Any news on Deirdre yet?
You better ask the prospective father, lover.
Hey, Bright Eyes, how's your Deirdre going on?
Oh, fine, fine. Never better. You're throwing it, Kev? Yeah.
Fellas, she's lying there in hospital and he's round here supping pints and playing darts. Don't it seem a bit odd to you that we haven't heard anything?
I mean, he's not exactly a man of information, is he?
I suppose everything's all right. Well, if there was out wrong, he'd know, wouldn't he? I tell you what, there's one way to find out. One of us should go round to the hospital and see her. Right? Right.
Ah, there you go. Not quite.
Give you a look, shall I?
Hey?
Deirdre, you know, that one laid up in hospital having your kid.
Oh, you mean that one?
Yes, that one. I'm going round to see her now. Tell her that you mentioned her, shall I?
She'll be lucky. She's not allowed visitors, except husbands. Hospital rules, sorry.
Yeah, so why aren't you round there now, then?
I can't be round there all the time.
Oh, I would have thought it's the one time you don't want it to be round there. No, it's no joke having a first kid. She may be in need of a bit of support.
I'll be there when the time comes.
Yes, providing it doesn't arrive during opening times.
Well, kid of mine have more sense. Oh, send for her, are they? White. It's her favourite.
Hello, Mr. Baldwin. Just sorting out the stock.
Yeah, I can see that.
What's the big idea, Potter? All listening to...
Oh, hello.
You've got to do better than this, you know. Place looks like a bomb's in it.
Several bombs.
Can you get it off the floor? You don't expect the punters to buy sold goods, do you?
Well, I was just...
Just get it off the floor like a good girl, will you? Right then. What do you reckon?
Who's he? Search me.
Yeah, well, I reckon I can make something of it. Give 'em time and funds. You got 'em both within reason.
What's going on?
Gonna give the place a facelift. Or rather, Alec is. So if you've got any ideas, he's the fella to see.
Facelift?
Yeah, create new image, darling. That's what it's all about in this business. The days of Sylvia's separates are over. Public have got to know that, or we go with it.
Redecorate, you mean?
The whole caboodle.
Oh, can we choose the colours?
Well, you can suggest, yeah, but I've had all the ideas.
How about chocolate brown? You know, like the inside of a cave, all dark and mysterious with loads of potted palms.
No, customers can't see stock if it's dark. You want something bright, eye-catching. You know, jazzy wallpaper and pop posters.
Yeah, and we need some decent lights while you're at it. Some spotlights or a strobe.
And a tape and speakers for music.
Well, that should keep you busy for a while. But I don't want so much as a can of paint opened until I get an estimate and idea what you've got in mind, all right?
You're the governor?
Yeah. I'm also paying the bills, remember that.
Well, I'm not ambidextrous, but I expect I could learn.
What exactly are you?
I'm an interior decorator.
They only have them in London.
I am from London, aren't I?
Yeah, via Wigan.
My name's Alec Baker, and I'm really an electrician.
Yes, I will do that small thing. Well, of course I'm getting plenty of sleep. And I'm taking my iron tablets. Yeah. Look, Mum, if anything happens, we'll phone you, OK? Look, I'll have to go now. Ray's here for his tea. Yeah, I'll tell him. Ta-ra.
Hello, sweetheart. All quiet on the Western Front?
I've just phoned my mum up.
All right.
Yeah, I thought she might be a bit worried, you know, with me being in hospital.
Oh.
Oh, exactly. She knew nought about it. On account of a certain somebody couldn't be bothered picking up the phone to let her know.
I've got other things on my mind, haven't I?
I can't trust you with anything, can I, Langton?
Well, it's just as well I didn't phone her, otherwise she'd have come dashing up here for nout.
That is not the point.
All right. Next time I'll phone your mum before the ambulance even. Satisfied?
Look, she's got a right to know, Ray. I am her daughter.
Will you give it a rest? I said I'm sorry.
Oh, did you?
I'm sorry. Good enough.
So am I.
Yes.
Is that fine?
Tea's up. Well, come on if you're coming.
Oh, won't be a sec. He's just doing a recce.
Well, he doesn't need you to follow him round like a sheep, does he?
I'm helping him, aren't I?
Morning, Mrs. Bishop.
Oh, morning. I'm looking for a shirt. Well, a blouse, really. It's to go with this. Been everywhere. I can't seem to find anything suitable.
What did you have in mind?
Well, something simple and inexpensive, if possible.
Have a look on this rail. See if anything takes your fancy. Keep it down in there, can't you? I've got a customer out here. Just the hired help.
Oh, that's nice, but...
Well, see you tomorrow night then.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye.
Any reductions for the friends of the management?
Ah, sorry, Eddie.
Well, give us 2 then.
All right. Who's the lucky lady then?
Hey?
The second ticket.
Ah, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? Hey, I've come up with an idea for tomorrow night, if you're interested.
Oh, yeah? What sort of idea?
Well, this mate of mine can lay his hands on a jukebox free of charge. It won't cost you nothing, not a penny. And that includes installation and all.
What's the catch?
Catch?
Yeah, well, he's not supplying it out of the goodness of his heart now, is he?
Well, no, not entirely. But it won't cost you a thing. I mean, that's the point. I mean, the thing is, it'll only cost the people who want to dance. And even then, it'd be cheaper to go and race.
Yeah, like how cheap?
10p a throw.
And how much of that will you pocket?
Well, 2p commission.
Sorry, Eddie. I've already made arrangements about the music. I've got a disc jockey laid on, as a matter of fact.
Ah, well, it was worth a try, wasn't it?
Yeah, I laid him on some time ago. He's called Dave the Rave, would you believe? He's supposed to be very good. He's out at the back getting his gear ready now.
Pro, is he?
Well, according to his agent, he's the hottest stuff since sliced bread, and he better be the amount I'm paying him. Come in.
I've done all I can for now, Mr. Barlow, so I'll be going. I've got a headache.
OK, well, I'll see you tomorrow night then, Mr. Evans.
I wish I could say we're looking forward to it. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Is there any pubs round here?
Yeah, across the street.
No, that's handy anyway.
Bernard Evans, alias Dave the Rave.
You what? You'd have been better off with my mate's jukebox.
No, I think, look what you've got written down there, that number.
How's it going, Mrs. Bishop?
Well, I couldn't try the first one on again, could I?
The first one.
Please.
Here we go.
Thank you. I'm sorry to be such a bother.
Oh, it's no bother. We aim to please.
Hey, have you seen his rule anywhere?
No, I haven't. And you're paid to assist me, not him.
Well, someone's got to do it, haven't they?
Right. Customer's after a top, size 12. They can handle it.
Where are you going?
Does this Alec for a change? Any objections?
Come on, darling, where's that room?
Come in.
I think I'll probably... I'm second shift, love. How are you getting on? Well, rather like this one, but it's a lot more than I wanted to pay. Oh, but it's knockout, though. It goes a treat with that skirt. You think so? Well, have a look for yourself. I wonder if perhaps a darker colour would, Eh? Oh, no, it's lovely. Just the job. A special occasion, is it? Yes, as a matter of fact. Oh, I think I'll take it. I mean, why not? If you can't splash out on a special occasion, I mean, when can you?
Excuse me. Oh, Ken. Very man. You know those 2 tickets Emily bought? Any chance of a refund?
Why?
Well, she's got a bit of a bee about going. I mean, it's not really our scene, is it? And knowing Emily, as soon as we set foot in the place, she'll want to flee off home. Not that I blame her, mind you. Pop music, disc jockeys.
Ernest,
I mean, the music I might possibly be able to take, just. But God preserve me from disc jockeys. Over-opinionated, over-paid.
Ernest, you haven't met Mr. Evans, have you?
How do you do? Nice to meet you. Yeah, fine.
He's our disc jockey tomorrow night.
See, how do you do?
I agree with every word you said, Mr. Bishop. And what's more, I don't like pop music.
Oh, see. Yeah, fine.
Hark at it. Can you hear it?
What?
That, Stanley, is the sound of other people making plans. The sound of people what know they're going to enjoy themselves on Saturday night, as against propping up this bar till all hours.
Oh, give it a rest, will you?
If you can afford to stand there supping, you can afford the price of them dance tickets.
Sure up.
Suppose it never occurred to you that I might fancy a night out, might deserve one.
Look, for the last time, I'm not dressing up to go over there to have my eardrums bust. That's definite final. All right?
Spoken like a man, Stanley.
Yes.
Oh, you keep out of this, Eddie Yates, if you know what's good for you.
Is that any way to speak to your fairy godfather? Is it? Now, I couldn't manage the pumpkin and the 6 white mice, but, Cinderella, you shall go to the dance.
Oh, Eddie!
Put it there, Mrs. O.
Well, get her back for midnight, won't you?
Oh, no, Stanley. Not that easily. There we are. Pay us back tomorrow. Have fun, kids.
I can't go on my own, can I?
Why ever not?
It's not who you go with, love. It's who you end up with.
I'm not sure. I'll think about it.
Thelma, you can't always look before you leap. And if it's protection you want, we're right there with you.
Not to mention Ernie Bishop. Shut up, Vera.
What's this? Furtive cuddles in the corridor behind my back?
Of course not.
I should hope not, Thelma. We're relying on you to set us a good example. Evening, Mr. Baldwin, sir.
Going on my own I don't like. I don't know why, it just doesn't feel right.
Going on your own gives you more room to manoeuvre. Oh, don't worry, love. We'll see you're all right. Just as long as it's not Mike Baldwin you're interested in.
Marie.
Plans in that direction myself.
Marie.
Oh, don't worry, Vera. I know what I'm doing.
So long as Bet Lynch doesn't see what you're doing, for your sake.
She'll have to catch me first, won't she?
I think I'll wear my phone suit.
Oh, cheeky. I like it.
You know when somebody predicts the world's going to come to an end next Thursday tea time?
Yeah?
And all lunatics go and sit on top of a mountain and wait for it to happen.
Uh-huh.
And then next Thursday tea time comes round and now it happens.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered how they feel when they're coming back down the mountain again?
Can't say as I have, no.
Well, if ever you do, come and ask me, because I think I know exactly how they feel. Hey, there's somebody here. I thought you'd locked that front door.
I thought I had enough.
Oh, heck, it's Bessie Turpin. Look, get rid of her. And remember, I'm still in hospital waiting.
Ah, hello, lovey.
Hello, Betty.
On your own, are you?
Yes, yes, just
Oh.
me and the mice, you know.
Oh, yes. Only I wondered if anything happened, that's all.
Not a thing, no.
Oh, poor little love. How's she taking it?
Oh, she's just grinning and bearing it, you know. In this case, not bearing it. Well, not yet, any Rose.
Yeah. Only, you see, I thought I'd just pop round to the hospital a bit later on and cheer her up a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, Betty, I'm afraid you can't.
Well, why can't I?
Well, it's doctor's orders, you know, no visitors.
Oh, nothing wrong, is there?
Oh, no, no, no. It's just that she's got to be kept quiet, you know. Blood pressure.
Oh. Are you all right?
Me?
I thought you were a little bit edgy, lovey.
Well, what do you expect? It's just as bad for the husband, you know.
Well, I wouldn't have thought you'd have worried like that. Would you like me to do a little bit of cleaning for you or make you something, lovey?
No, 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 thanks, Betty. I've had my tea.
Thirsty, were you?
Oh, it just shows you what a state I'm in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Poured 2 cups. Force of habit, you know.
Yeah. Hey, what was that?
Oh, be that flimming cat from next door jumped on the bed again. Look, I'm a bit pushed for time at the moment, Betty, but I'll see you later on. All right, love?
You will tell her after that. You will. Well,
Right.
bye-bye, lovey.
Yeah.
You're not a very good liar, are you? Is that the best you could do? Next door's flipping cats?
But what the hell do you expect me to say?
Well, I dropped a book.
Oh, do you know, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's not as if you're on the run or something.
Oh, do you think I feel? I think I'm enjoying it.
Look, there's a dance tonight over at the centre. Now, what do you say we go over there and brass it out and tell them all what's happened?
No.
Ah, bit of jigging about, you know. Could be just what you need to get you going.
No, I said. I feel stupid enough as it is. I wish my mum was here.
How do you mean there was something funny?
Well, about his manner. And then there was this noise from where they sleep, and those 2 cups of tea that were poured out, and I could swear that I heard somebody talking when I was on my way upstairs.
Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?
I'm sure I'm suggesting nothing at all of it, but I'll tell you something for nothing. If there was a cat in there, it wasn't the kind with fur on. He couldn't get rid of me fast enough.
Oh, don't it depress you when you think about it, though, Betty? It's getting more and more like Babylon round here every day. Allow me. Yes, ladies, if that isn't a bit of an exaggeration in your case.
2 gin and tonics, please, and less lip from the hired help.
Sorry, madame. 2 gin and tonics, Betty. Starting early tonight, aren't we?
Well, you know what they say about the early bird.
Yes. Not something that's ever really turned me on, though. Worms.
Oh, come on, Vera. Let's find a seat well away from the bath. There's one thing I cannot stand. It's cheap scent.
Stop wearing it then, love. Honestly, I've seen gongs in boarding houses less brass-faced than that one.
Yeah. Well, perhaps she'll have a bit less to say for herself after tonight, eh?
Are you serious then about, going after Mr. Baldwin?
Well, of course I am. You know, I never joke about fellas, Vera.
What about her?
What about her?
Half a bit, please, Betty.
Hey, Ernie, love. You're like a camel that just made the water hole.
I feel like it, no.
Oh, Ernest.
Oh, look, what are you having?
No, nothing for me, thank you. I just saw you coming in. Remember those 2 tickets you said you might not need?
Oh, those.
Yeah, well, have you got them on you?
No, I haven't. It wouldn't make any difference if I had.
Oh, how come?
Well, I rather overestimated my powers of persuasion. Not only can I not talk Emily out of going to this dance, but she's even got my best suit pressed specially.
Oh, I see. Well, if you should have a last-minute reprieve, I'd be glad to take them off your hands, all right?
Right.
Oh,
Flaming stripes.
Pardon?
The shirt the wives bought me for the dance. And a dicky ball, too. I look like I've been Taylor's dummy in them adverts. Flaming women.
I know just how you feel, son. Get Stanley a pint, too, will you, Betty?
No, all right, just a tomato juice, love,
Right,
please.
love. Hey, I never asked you, did I? I suppose. Did you find anything out about Deirdre yesterday?
Well, I saw Ray. And? Well, you reckon she's all right. You know, in a way, you've got to feel sorry for them both, haven't you?
For her, perhaps. I'm not so sure he needs any sympathy after what I've just heard.
Well, what have you heard?
Well, Betty's just called round at their house.
Check and see if the back door's locked, will you, Sue, before we go?
Yes, boss.
What do you reckon?
Not bad.
Well, don't go boiling over with excitement, will you?
I don't very often.
I see. Cold fish, eh?
I wouldn't say that exactly.
And what does your boyfriend say?
What boyfriend?
There's a dance over at the Commie tonight.
I know, I live just across the road.
Are you going?
I am.
What about you, darling?
Be a bit of a bore. I mean the community centre.
It wouldn't have to be. Depends on the bloke.
That's the problem, isn't it? Finding the right bloke.
Don't she like fellas, your mate?
She's very hard to please.
So I see. Well, are you going or not?
I think I'll stop at home and wash my hair.
Right, suit yourself.
I'm not washing my hair.
All right, see you in there, 8 o'clock.
Right.
See ya. Enjoy the ablutions.
Oh, you made a right mess of that, didn't you? You can sometimes be too hard to get, you know. I'll see you tomorrow.
Ma'am, how many times do I have to tell you? The doctor says there's nothing to worry about. It happens to plenty of women. Huh. Yeah, I suppose they could induce it. Mustn't feel they have to. Yes, of course he's looking after me. Yeah, all right, but look, ma'am, if I'm still here tomorrow, I'll give you a ring, OK? Ta-ra.
Sends me a love, does she?
I wish you two got on better.
So do I.
Because I'm going to want her to come and stay for a bit when I come out of hospital, you know.
Gosh, you're on.
Oh, when's it going to happen, Ray?
Elephants take 22 months.
That's no consolation. Hey, you'll have to marry me now.
Well, the heck is like, what would the missus say?
Oh, you must be as fed up as I am.
Of course I'm not. It's you that's having it.
Not having it, you mean? Hey, listen, why don't you go round to the Rovers and have a drink?
Don't be daft.
I'm not being daft. There's no sense us both being stuck in.
I can't go out and leave you, not in your condition.
They're on the phone, aren't they? If anything starts, you'll be back here in 2 minutes.
No, I don't mind staying in, honest.
Look, Ray, I want you to go. Because if you don't, they're going to all start wondering. And before you know where you are, we'll have half a dozen of them round here.
Well, they'll all be at the flaming dance, won't they?
Well, go to the dance. They're on the phone there as well, aren't they?
Oh, how's that going to look, eh? Me at a dance, you stuck here on your own?
Yes, but I won't be stuck here on my own. As far as they're concerned, I'm still in hospital waiting. Oh, Ray, I want you to go. You can tell me what's happened and what everybody's wearing and who's tried to get off with who. Honestly, it's like a flipping isolation hospital in here. I'm starved for news.
Are you sure you're going to be all right?
If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't be telling you to go, would I? Now get in that bathroom, get a shave. You've got a chin like emery paper.
I'll ring you every 10 minutes, all right?
I'll strangle you if you do. We're saving for 3 now, remember?
Blast it. Emily, this shirt seems to have shrunk.
Oh, you've put on weight. Well, what do you think?
Oh, that's quite nice.
Well, only quite nice.
It's very nice.
Is that all?
No, it's lovely.
What's wrong with it?
There is nothing wrong with it. Did I say there was anything wrong with it?
Neither. Have you said there's anything right with it?
Look, Emily, I've already said it is really very nice.
Nice.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Emily, you look lovely. Very smart.
Oh, thank you. That's about as complimentary as being told you're a handsome woman.
Well, what's wrong with that? What do I have to say?
Oh, nothing you don't mean, Ernest, I assure you. I mean, if you don't like my new outfit, you don't like it. I can't force you to like it.
I do like it.
Oh, I must say, I'm hardly surprised.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Why, you've had a face like a fiddle ever since this dance was first mooted. But, I mean, if you felt that strongly about it, you might at least have made it crystal clear before I went to all this expense.
Emily, I don't like dances. You know I don't like dances. But I'm prepared to go.
Oh, in other words, you've preferred to play the martyr.
I didn't say that.
Oh, what's the point?
Well, are we going or aren't we?
No.
What?
I refuse to go out for an evening with you just putting up with things.
I might enjoy myself.
And you might not.
Look, Emily, I've had a very hard day at the factory. I've been badgered around from pillar to post by Baldwin, not to mention those women. Yet, nevertheless, I have come home. I've washed and shaved. I've gone to a lot of trouble to get ready.
Oh, so have I. Just to look nice.
Look, are we going to this dance or aren't we?
There's no point.
Right. Don't bother to wait up for me.
And try to come home in your own trousers this time.
I'll tell you when to start, and I'll tell you when to finish.
Oh, for goodness sake, leave it alone before you break the rotten lastic.
It's throttling me.
That's now to what I'll do to you if you ruin it. Leave it alone.
It's all right, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, well, I'll tell you when to start, and I'll leave.
Okay.
Oh, hello, you made it. Good.
Yes.
Good.
One ticket for you if you still think you can sell it.
Emily couldn't come then.
No, she couldn't.
Okay, Dave.
Well, let's take it away with Suicide Strays and Son of the Father.
Them glasses down, let's be having you. You've not come here just to sup, you know.
I can't dance this.
Oh, of course you can. You just do 1, 2, chassis, 1, 2, chassis, like you always do.
Oh, something I've got to put up with.
Come here, chef. 1, 2, chassis.
It's beautiful, that
Chassis.
Lovely.
What are you doing here?
Oh, better not toss for it. I used a double-headed penny, of course. Oh, not the only one here either. You are? Over at the bar.
Well, well, well. Is he on his own?
So far.
Is Gail with you, love? No, she's washing her hair. That's funny, she washed her hair last night. Oh, perhaps she's got a thing about clean hair.
We can fill outside so the pies have arrived.
Oh, yes, okay. Sorry.
Oh, don't apologise, love. It's a sign of weakness.
Well, let's go say about the pie.
Honestly, Marie, I don't know how you have the nerve. I'm just keeping my hand in, love, in case I get rusty. What's he like? All right, in a boyish sort of a way. Hey, what? Bandits at 2 o'clock. Not Mr. Baldwin, like to his friends.
Lucky in love, that's my trouble.
You reckon?
Well, I must be, mustn't I? I never win pools or raffles. My solitary premium bond never comes up. Now, I know what I'm doing here because I've no choice. But what the heck are you doing here when there's a right rave up across road?
You're looking at someone who overplayed her hand.
Go on, then.
Well, there was this lad, and he fancied me, I could tell. He asked me to go to the dance with him.
So why didn't you?
Told him I had to wash my hair.
And have you?
No.
Well, what the heck did you do that for?
I wanted to tantalise him a bit, make him work a bit for me.
Love, this is 1977. Most of them won't even work for themselves.
Oh, I don't know. All the mystery and excitement's gone out of sex somehow.
Eddie'll put it back for you, won't you, love?
What's that?
Never mind. You're looking very smart.
Cousin Derek again, innit?
Fine?
No. Hey, this fella goes into this pub, see, with a plastic ear on. And he goes up to this fella, right, who's
Is this a job?
Hang about. No, it's a true story, right? So he goes up, right? He says, "I'll bet you 10 quid I can bite my own ear," right? The fella says, "You're on." So he takes off his plastic ear and he bites it, right?
Is that it?
Wait a minute, will you? So the other fella says, "Right, I'll bet you 10 quid that I can bite my own ear." So the fella looks at him and thinks, "All right, you're on." So he takes out his false teeth and he bites it. Do you get it? He bites his false.
It's in very bad taste, that.
That's what the false teeth said.
Eddie, did you want summat? Have you come in here looking for an audition for Stars on Sunday?
I am here on an errand of mercy.
You?
Yeah. I did hear on the grapevine that this little blonde bird couldn't go to dance because she didn't have no Prince Charming to go with. Yeah. Well, it just so happens that I've got 2 tickets for the dance, so how about it?
Well, I was going to wash my hair.
Well, wash your hair tomorrow. I won't tell anybody.
Oh, go on, kid. Do him a favour and say yeah. Do me a favour and say yeah. It breaks my heart standing behind his bar night after night, seeing him being refused by every woman he propositions.
Do you mind? Well,
All right. On one condition.
what's that?
You tell no more jokes, eh?
I'm just not appreciated. That's my trouble. Come on, you.
Same again, love.
No more for me, thanks. I better get over there and see what's going on.
Your mate not going, is she?
Marie, she's been over there an hour, love. Big game hunting tonight, Marie is.
Oh, yeah, who's the unlucky fella?
Do you know you just might know him? Because let's face it, love, if you go big game hunting round here, there's not much choice, is there?
Are you trying to tell me something?
Oh, me?
Only I hope you're not by any chance talking about who I think you're talking about.
Why, bet, love, whoever can you mean?
Because if you are, love, you just tell that mate of yours hands off.
Well, I'll try and pass your message on. That's if, you know, she's time to talk to me.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, yeah. Vodka and tonic, please.
Vodka and tonic?
All on your own tonight, then?
For the moment, yeah.
Lonely for you?
Doing what I live, I think.
Not everybody knows that.
Behind your backs, please. And your front.
Evening.
Hilda?
Not celebrating, are we?
No. Not to celebrate. Still waiting.
Oh, worrying for you.
Yeah.
Because when I were getting towards the end of mine, you know, Stan wouldn't leave me side.
Of course, that's quite easy to do, isn't it, when you're flat on your back drunk? You dancing? Late. Right. Now.
Well, lost somebody, have you?
Yeah, Gail.
Wouldn't be one of them two, would she? Over there dancing.
Charming, innit?
I wonder if Deirdre thinks so.
Right, that's it. Time, gentlemen, please. Let's see your bottoms.
2 more for the road, please.
Sorry, love, we've just closed. Oh, go on, be a sport. I'm sorry, love, there's a bar open across the road till midnight.
You can't get near it. That's why we're coming here.
Well, I am sorry, love. This happens to be a pub, not a speakeasy. Now, can I have them glasses, please?
Your wife's not with you then, Ernest?
No, she couldn't make it.
Not much fun as a dance on your own.
No, I suppose not. Still, you've got to make an effort, you know, when you're on the committee.
I suppose so.
Are you on your own as well?
I wasn't. Looks like I am now, though. I'm afraid I've always been a bit of a wallflower when it comes to dances.
I can't believe that's true.
I'm afraid it is. I haven't been asked to dance all night.
Well, we can't have that, can we? May I have the pleasure?
Be
Because you feel sorry for me. You don't have to.
Certainly not, because I haven't had a dance all night either.
What would Mrs. Bishop say?
Mrs. Bishop isn't here.
What exactly are you objecting to, Uncle Albert?
What I'm objecting to is... do you mind turning that thing off so you yourself talk?
Pleasure.
What I'm saying is, why can't we have a Velita?
Because nobody's asked me, that's why. I'd rather like a Velita.
Yeah. Well, why can't he have a Velita if he wants one?
Yeah, we were told there'd be something for everybody. We're not all still sweet 16, you know.
I had noticed that, actually.
Stanley, is he taking the mickey out?
Watch it, mate.
Sorry.
Look, have you got a Velita, Mr. Evans?
I thought he was called Dave the Rave.
Never told me that one, just in case. Mind you, I think last time it was requested was last year in Accrington.
Well, now are you satisfied, Uncle Albert?
Stanley, come on. Remember the Tower Ballroom, that wet whip Monday?
Aye, all right, come on.
Come on, Joe.
Okay, you cats, fasten your safety belts. No smoking during takeoff. Take your partners for the ones you've all been waiting for. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the top of the 20th hit parade. The Velita.
Hey, hang on a minute, hang on.
Now what, Uncle Albert?
Well, it's time to choose a flipping partner.
Well, you have now. Come on, Albert, as we'll be here all night. Come on. Now then. Ta-ta-ta.
Oh, are you taxis? Well, I want a taxi to take me home. Eh? Well, I've been at this dance, and I've had a jar or two. You what? Where? Oh, I'm in this hall. It's very nice. You what? The address? Yes, it's Coronation Street, where the Queen lives. Could you get a move on, mate, please? I'm after a taxi. Eh? Coronation Street. C-O-R...
Oh. I've missed my last bus now.
Well, can I take a taxi?
Too late, they'll all be booked. I'm scared to death of the dark.
Well, where do you live?
Only down Victoria Street.
Oh, well, there's no problem then, is there? I'll walk you home if you like. All right.
Thank you. Hello. Remember me?
Oh, hello, love. Wasn't expecting you for another half an hour.
Obviously.
Well, what's that with you?
You get the message, did you? What message? Oh, well, never mind. I always did prefer to deliver my own messages personally, any road. Back to the village, love. Here, I'm dancing with him. You were, love.
I said I am.
Take your hands off me!
Hey! What's going on? Come on, okay, come on.
Oh, no, mate.
Come on, this won't help anything.
Looks like Destra's riding again.
Get up! Leave! Get... Ooh!
Well, that's perfectly all right.
There's no point in you stopping, love.
I keep telling him to go home and make himself a good breakfast.
Breakfast? You must be joking.
You might just as well have gone home and got some sleep. Flipping contractions. Not had a proper one for ages now.
Is it always like this?
Oh, stop worrying. She's perfectly all right.
Oh, God.
There we are. Good girl. Lovely. A few more like that and we'll be getting somewhere. How about you?
I'm just going to have a wash.
I'll go off and have one then. You sit there dreaming all day if I let you, wouldn't you? Did you sleep any better last night?
Yes, thanks.
I don't see how she could have done with me moaning and groaning all night.
You should be used to it after 3 weeks, and the other ward is just the same.
3 weeks?
My blood pressure's a bit high.
Yes, you go and have that wash and freshen yourself up, all right?
I wish she wasn't so flaming cheerful.
Well, it's just an ordinary day for her, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Eh?
About last night. I shouldn't have left you.
Gadding off dancing.
Leaving you to get the ambulance on your own. I should never have gone.
Well, it was my idea. And you didn't know I was going to start, did you? Hey, what time is it?
7:30.
24th of January, 1977.
What about it?
Her birthday, I hope.
His birthday.
Do you want any more toast, Ernest?
Hmm?
I said, do you want any more toast?
Oh, sorry, love. No, not for me, no.
Well,
Well, what?
the dance last night. You've hardly mentioned it.
Oh, it was a great success, really. There was a lot there.
Did you enjoy it?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I'd have enjoyed it more if you'd been there.
Whose fault was it that I wasn't there?
Well, it certainly wasn't mine. Are you taking that top back today?
It's not a top. It's a blouse.
Oh, same difference.
And your attitude to it last night was indifferent, so what's the point in keeping it?
I like it.
You hated the whole outfit.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Emily, just because I didn't, what, infuse?
You certainly didn't do that.
I'm sorry. But you know me, as far as I'm concerned, as far as women's clothes go, I'm just oblivious.
That's true. I should have gone to the dance with you. I shouldn't have been so silly and so sensitive. Anyway, I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Knew you must have done when you came home so late.
Thought you were asleep.
I was only pretending.
You want to get yourself some of that pancake stuff, that'll cover it up.
Do you reckon?
You must think a lot about him. I say you must think a lot about him, that Mike Baldwin.
I heard you the first time.
It's not really my type, though.
My God, he'll be heartbroken.
Something I've never done is that, you know. Made a spectacle of myself in public over a fella.
You don't know what you've missed.
So what are you going to say, then?
When?
Well, when folk ask about your face.
I'll say what I'm saying now.
What's that?
Mind your own flaming business.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, my dear, what on earth have you done?
Oh, it's now, Mrs. Walker.
Looks nasty, doesn't it?
Very. Mrs. Ogden, how many times have I told you not to put that on the bar top?
Oh, yes, sorry.
And I'm waiting for you to start in the kitchen.
Yeah, I've nearly done here, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, my dear, what on earth happened?
Yes, well, it was silly, really.
Must be very painful.
I was lifting this suitcase down from top at wardrobe when this stool toppled over like...
You hit something as you fell. Dreadful and so easily done. Do you know, dear, they say that the majority of accidents take place in the home.
Do they?
They do indeed. So one must be doubly careful.
It's very true, Mrs. Walker.
Didn't spoil the dance for you.
Oh, no. You wanted the light ales checking in the cellar, didn't you?
Please, love. And be careful of those steps.
Mrs. Walker?
Well,
I've done the floor.
not before time.
Hey, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, Mrs. Ogden.
It wasn't no suitcase, you know.
Beg your pardon?
Scratching each other's eyes, as there was, in front of everybody and all. Oh, Ken Barlow had a go at stopping them, but it didn't do no good. They just went mad.
Who did?
Bet Lynch and that one they call Mary Stanton.
Do you mean that Bet was involved in a fight?
Yeah. Over that Mike Baldwin at last night's dance.
It can't be much longer, can it?
You tell me. Is he coming in dinner time, Sally?
Who?
Your husband.
No.
Oh?
It's a long way to come. That's why they're keeping me in, really. When your blood pressure's high, they might want you to come in quickly. So they said I should stay.
To keep an eye on you, like.
Yeah.
Shall I give her a ring?
Oh, she said she'd only be a couple of minutes.
Hey,
Oh,
is there a nurse out there?
I didn't notice.
Ray!
Oh. Can you not do your breathing, love?
Everything's organised. Are you all right?
I'm sorry, I can't...
Don't worry, we'll have you out of here very, very soon.
Is this a bad moment,
Not
Sal?
at all. We'll be out of here shortly. We can have a nice quiet chat with Sally.
Well, look, do something, can't you?
You're making more fuss than she is. You're all right, pet, aren't you? Right, this one here.
Mind your backs.
Right.
Right, now then, love. Up you come. Up.
That's it. Oh.
That's it. Your husband, is it? There's trouble with this job. There's always too many husbands hanging about. Perhaps my style.
That'll be the day. The only place you can be trusted is in geriatric.
On a bet
Come
start.
along, off with you. Now, do you want to change your mind?
What?
About staying with her?
What do you reckon, love?
You'll be flat on your back in 5 minutes.
Come on.
Good luck. Thanks. Hey, her mother's come. Where's mine? Where is she? Didn't you ring her?
Come on, are we all set then? Now, you go to the waiting room, sit down, and don't worry.
Bye, love. I've been known to do 60 down here.
She'll be all right.
Of course she will.
Where do they say I had to wait?
In the waiting room.
Yeah.
Now then, let's hear what you've been doing with yourself.
Oh, yeah. Make yourself useful. They say a lot of men faint.
You're not still going on about Deirdre.
Oh, giving birth must be the most wonderful experience of a woman's life.
You reckon?
Yeah, the arrival of a completely new human being. Oh, I do envy her, Rita. I wonder if I'll ever, you know.
Well, why don't you have a word with your Derek? I mean, given a bit of encouragement, you never know. He might be able to help you. Oh, I better still ask Stan. Stan, you'll help her, won't you?
Hey?
Forget it. You come in for your usual mid-morning snack, 2 bacon butters and a wedge of parking.
I think I'll have 3 bodies because it's nippy outside, see?
Bye, Stan. You must spend your money as soon as you make it.
Sooner.
Morning, all. Hang about, Stanley. Have a deck of these. There we are. How's that, then? For the connoisseur. Not only that, but you get a choice and all.
Are you selling them?
Giving them away. Well, oh, but...
Where'd you get them?
It's a long story, Stanley. Now, which one of you is going to take advantage of me offer?
How much?
These watches in Manchester, 15 quid.
How much?
£6.50, including VAT. I may as well give them away.
They
at
look
that.
all right. I could do with a new watch.
You got any ready, Stanley?
I'll pay at weekend.
Oh, sorry, mate. COD only. On account of inflation, you know.
Suit yourself. You'll be asking 2 quid at weekend, won't you?
Give over. I've got orders from all over Weatherfield.
They are very nice.
And they're not only for fellas, you know.
Really?
Oh, no, the fellas can't get a look in, not since the bird started wearing them.
I was wondering about one for a friend.
She'll love it, darling.
It's a man friend.
Well, they are. He'd be dead chuffed. He'll probably want to know why you didn't get him too while you were at it.
Mavis?
Yeah.
This is Eddie Yates, remember?
Oh, do they have a guarantee?
Do they have a guarantee?
Yeah.
First complaint, it's money back, no questions asked, all right?
Listen, you still haven't told us yet how you got your mucky paws on them.
Oh, Rita, why do you always have to be so negative?
Yeah, it's a fault with her. I've always said that. Well, would you like one, then?
I think so.
Gargantuan.
Hey?
Gargantuan, 4 across.
Oh, not a clue.
No, sure. Very good, that. 8 letters, begins with an E. Great. E-N-O-R... enormous. The usual bloke's on holiday. I don't like this one. It's a bit too straightforward. Makes you think there's a catch. Puts me off, you know. Up and down all the time.
Sorry. They don't like you smoking in here.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, well, I thought that's why you'd come out here.
Felt like a change of scenery.
You first, is it?
Yeah.
Can't rush these things. 48 hours with our first.
48?
It's like shelling peas now. Number 7. Thought we'd finished, but you never know, do you? Do it myself, do you?
You what?
The crosswords.
Oh, no, not much.
I'll tell you something. I've educated myself doing these. Never mind Open University. One of these a day and you'll be surprised. You want to try it?
The hell are they playing at?
Try to look at it this way. There's millions and millions of women all having babies. So why should you suddenly get worried?
Look, if only if I knew what was going on. Hey, now what's happened? Has something gone wrong? Is she all right? Has she had it?
Give me a chance, will you? Yes, she's had it, and they're both fine. You've got a daughter, Mr. Langton.
Coronation Street, P694, stroke 672, Part 2, Take 1.
I've been thinking, dear. The answer is a pair of stepladders.
Pardon?
The ones with a clip underneath so they can't slip. You know, you fall, your accident.
Oh, yes, stepladders. I'll think about it.
I would.
What'd you do that for?
Haven't you seen the advert?
Well, is it supposed to make the beer stronger?
Oh, I can see why you married her, Stanley. Somebody said it wasn't just for their looks.
He's testing it.
Oh, I see.
Tastes funny, though.
What for?
Hey?
Well, what's the beer supposed to do to it when you test it?
It's what it doesn't do. That's the point, Mrs. O. Listen.
It stopped.
What's about here?
Hey, it's going.
And it's been underwater.
But it's still going.
Right.
Oh. Ah, but that's not water, is it? It's beer.
Oh, Stanley, take her home, put her somewhere safe, will you? Here, Lynchy, feast your eyes on them.
What are you doing with them?
Selling them.
Are they yours to sell?
Would I come into a public place with the landlady here herself?
How much?
£6.50, and it still goes if you dip it in beer.
What would I want to do that for?
Well, to test it, like.
For what?
To see if it goes.
When I dip it in beer?
Yeah.
£6.50.
To me mates, like.
Go on, then give us one. I'll just get my handbag. I'm just buying a watch off Eddie, Mrs. Walker. I know I must be daft, but they look all right.
Let's ask him if he's got a pair of boxing gloves as well.
Boxing gloves? Oh, I'll say. Who told you?
Does it matter?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about the suitcase, Mrs. Walker, but... Well, it doesn't really concern you, does it, my private life?
Perhaps not. Nor its squalid little complications. But what does concern me is when a member of my staff behaves like a soccer hooligan in full view of many of our regular customers.
And you don't mind, honest?
I've told you.
But you had your heart set on a boy.
I don't mind which it is. Hey, have you heard the news?
Yeah, congratulations.
Hey, what's she look like?
You'll see her in a minute.
She is all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
She's perfect. It was ever so funny when they gave her me at first. She got hold of my thumb, and the nail on her little finger looked just like yours.
that. Oh, why shouldn't it? I am a dad, aren't I?
Well, here you are. You might as well get used to her. Come on, take her. Come on. That's it.
Well?
She looks just like your mum.
Fred. She's smashing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, don't I get a look in?
believe she's ours.
Hey, should her nose be like that? Sort of squashed?
It's not squashed.
Hey, she ain't half bad though, ain't she?
Do you think I'm clever?
Yeah, I don't want much. Just enough to wrap up this.
That's not one of Eddie's, is it?
Yeah, why?
Is it going?
Why shouldn't it be going?
Well, one she got isn't.
Tell me more.
It went for about 5 minutes.
Go on, tell her.
Well, there's nothing more to tell. It just stopped.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, there's no need to gloat, Rita.
Who's gloating? I mean, it's Derek I feel sorry for. 1 minute he got a watch, next minute he hadn't.
Is that who it was for?
Yeah. No need to ask who yours for. Mike Baldwin, is it?
Might be.
Hey, what did he say about you and Marie last night?
Not more.
Oh, come on. 2 birds fighting over him.
Honest, he didn't. He seemed quite pleased. I suppose he thought it were flattering. But then again, I could be wrong.
Is that why you've got watch, because you're not sure?
It's hardly your business, is it, Rita?
Listen, Blue Eyes, us females must stick together. When it concerns a fella, it concerns all of us, right?
Any road he's gone home for the weekend.
They have it made, haven't they? Mike Baldwin, Eddie Yates, the lot.
No, love, not Eddie Yates. Definitely not Eddie Yates. He sold his last dud watch as our Eddie.
Oh, she's lovely. You must be very thrilled.
Not bad, is she?
Have you seen her, Sally?
Yeah.
Does the bed jacket fit all right, love?
Yeah, it's great, thanks.
Oh, that's good. Well, I must say, you look a bit different to when I saw you last.
I don't really remember, I'm sorry.
You were busy at the time.
So I took the first train I could, but could I?
Taxi. I mean, it was
There
always
she
better.
is.
Hello, love. Well, don't sound so surprised.
Nearly given you one.
Ah, you silly thing.
What about me?
Who are you?
Only the father.
Hey, is that him?
Her? Well, I'm off. I only just slipped in with something for Sally. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dear, Trish beautiful.
What do you expect coming from me and Ray?
Hey, can I lift her out?
She will let her.
Suppose we'll have to.
You little pet. Hey, what did she weigh?
8 pounds and 4 ounces.
That's a very good weight. Your turn next, is it, love?
Oh, Sally Norton, this is me mum.
Hello, love.
Put her back now, mum. They wanted to get some sleep.
I do know somewhat about babies, you know. Come on. There you are.
Ray said he thought she looked like you.
Did you?
Passed off.
He doesn't change, does he?
Right, well, I'm off now.
Where?
Mum, he has been here all night.
Wonders never cease.
See you.
We'll be back later.
You try and keep me away.
Oh, he's chuffed to death.
And why shouldn't he be?
He's been great, mum, honest.
I'm glad to hear it. And you're all right?
Oh, mum.
Well,
Well,
you, with a daughter.
what about you, Grandma?
Mrs. Bishop? I was just having my lunch.
Oh, that's all right, Chuck. You carry on, don't mind me.
Oh, was it something urgent?
Well, tomato sauce, that is, if it's not in use, like.
They do sell it at the corner shop, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, yeah, but I'm waiting till Thursday, you see. They got these special offers at the supermarket on Thursday. 5p off tomato sauce, it says.
So in the meantime...
Well, I'll let you have it back soon as Stan's done with it.
Oh, well, you may as well keep it. There's not much in.
Oh, very generous. Having his in the canteen, is it?
No.
Oh.
He's taken a sandwich so he can work through his lunch hour.
Oh, it's typical, is that? Do you know, I think it's wonderful the way he's settled down over at that warehouse. He's very popular, you know.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you could see it last night. Well, at the dance. Pity you couldn't come.
I had a rather bad headache.
Yeah, so he said. Oh, but you should have seen the way he put himself out over them girls. You know, making sure they enjoyed themselves, like. Especially one in particular. Yeah, well, I didn't know he was such a good dancer.
He's very conscientious.
Oh, beyond the call of duty, if you ask me.
Still, he did leave early, didn't he, to get home to his sick wife? Yeah, well, Stan will be waiting for this, I'll say ta-ra. Thanks very much.
Monkey Gibbon?
Yeah. Well, he's a mate of yours.
So?
And he's won the sweepstake you're running?
12 o'clock he guessed, and he guessed a girl. You can't beat that, can you?
Hey, Eddie, hang on. Want to word with you about them watches.
What about them?
Are you going to give Mavis some money back, or aren't you?
Why?
Because that watch you sold us bust, that's why.
Tough, that.
So they're all going to stop, are they?
Not necessarily, no.
Not unless we drop them.
Yeah, that's what you must have done.
I see. So your conscience is clear, is it? Well, I'm very glad to hear that, Chuck. Because standing behind here, you see a lot going on, and it makes you very suspicious of folk.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
And here's me, putting 2 and 2 together, making 36. And just because this fella happens to come in here this morning asking about a load of watches.
You what?
Weren't in uniform, of course.
You what?
Nice bloke. Very keen on his job, though. Reckon he's going to be promoted to sergeant soon.
Now, look, Bet, honest. Them watches are clean. No fiddling, no hanky-panky, nothing.
He said he'd be calling back later. Eddie, you haven't finished your drink.
Some other time.
I want to feed him myself.
You can try again tomorrow. They never worry the first day.
You seem to know a lot about it.
I've had plenty of time to watch, haven't I?
Oh, I must look like the back end of a bus. Hey, they'll be in a minute. Is yours coming in tonight?
I'm not sure.
Look, love, I know it's none of my business and all that, but I can't help noticing you don't seem to go bundle on kids. Well, I didn't either. But don't worry, it'll be all right. I mean, we're not all alike. You take my mother, for instance. She comes from a long line of non-maternal mothers. If you're given her the choice between having a new sewing machine and having me, I know which one she'd have taken.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Hey, listen, let's meet up once a year, shall we? Same time, same place. What am I saying?
Room for 2 little ones. Sorry we're so late.
A
watchdog.
Yeah, get that slapped across your chest, Mavis, you'll be all right.
Hey, are you sure you've got enough? Oh, relax. You might have given me a bit of warning.
Listen, we don't have a baby every day, do we? Well, do we?
No, look.
Oh, come on, enjoy yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, let's have a bit of hush, please.
Now, I know that you will all want to join me in thanking our host and his charming, if temporary, hostess for this unexpected celebration. And I'm sure that you also want very much to hear a word from the proud father.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't give you more prior notice, like.
Well, you give us 9 months, love.
Well, any road, we'll try and do better next time, and, well, when Deirdre comes out, you're all invited to a proper do.
Oh, right. Come on, everybody, to the Lacton family, to Deirdre, Ray, and the new little baby daughter.
All the best.
Well,
All's
very
well
good
that
of
ends well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything could happen, couldn't it?
Well, no.
I'm not with you.
Well, your Deirdre being here on her own. If she hadn't been able to get that ambulance.
On her own?
Oh, didn't I tell you? He were across at the dance. Your Deirdre had to get to hospital by herself last night.
I enjoyed that. Hospital grub's not all that bad, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, love. How are you feeling?
I'm sure I'm starting.
Look, press your bell or else I'll press mine.
No, I'll leave it a bit longer. You feel such a fool if it's nothing.
Don't I know it? Well, Lynette's sleeping it off. Seems to have a very good appetite.
Yeah. That what you're going to call her then, Lynette?
Well, I like it, don't you?
Yeah, it's all right.
Don't think my husband's all that keen, though.
What does he know?
Exactly. Has yours got any preferences about names, I mean?
No, he hasn't.
Well, depending on whether it's a boy or a girl, of course. What about your mother?
My mother?
Yeah, wasn't that... Hey, they're getting pretty frequent, aren't they?
Will it hurt?
No, it's no worse than toothache.
I've never had toothache.
Look, love, it'll be all right. Honest. I bet it'll be at least £10. You'll be as proud as Punch. And your husband and your mother. They'll be over the moon.
You will be going to the hospital this afternoon, will you?
Of course I'll be going.
I just wondered. How are you getting there?
Van, I'll pick you up if you like.
Are you coming home for your dinner?
No, I'll get a pie at Rover's.
Oh, well, I'll meet you there then. Round about 1 o'clock.
Suit yourself.
Don't you think you've got a cheat, though?
Hey?
Well, your wife expecting any second and you clear off to a dance.
I didn't know it were any second.
Well, any second, any minute. I mean, that's not the point. You were out gallivanting.
She knew where I were, Blanche.
Yeah, but she couldn't get hold of you, could she? I mean, she had to get the ambulance herself in her condition.
In fact, it were her idea. Go round there for an hour, she said. No use sitting here moping with me.
Yes, and you cleared off, didn't you?
It were her idea.
Just thinking of yourself as usual. Poor lass.
Bayek. I'll say this for you, mother-in-law. It doesn't take you long to slip the knife back in again, does it? Find fault. Mind you, you always were a dab hand at that, weren't you? Finding fault with me.
Hello, Duchess. You're whacking in, is she?
Shh. Hey, she's going to have your guts for garters.
Ditto, because I reckon it was her that got on the blower to the fuzz about them watches being funny.
I did no such thing, Eddie Yates.
Well, somebody did. There's been a Jack making inquiries.
Well, it wasn't me, but only because I didn't think about it.
Do you know, you amaze me, Mavis. I never thought you were a grass. Do you know, I thought you felt sorry for society's victims, such as me.
But not when they try to diddle me personally.
Yeah, turn the other cheek. Easier said than done, innit?
This watch you sold me, it went for exactly 2 hours and 10 minutes and then it stopped completely. If it had had any actual works, I should probably have heard the mashing and grinding. Look, I want my money back or I shall get very angry.
Eddie, you think she's steamed up now, don't you? But wait till you see the steam coming out her ears.
Oh, shut up, Rita.
Sorry.
How much did they charge you?
Don't you remember?
Yeah, well, prices fluctuate, you know, according to the state of the pound, like.
£6.50.
Well, there you are. You got it cheap. They were £7 last night. All right, I'll take your watch off your hands.
What about my money?
Ah, well, I'll have to go to the bank for that. You see, I put all my spare cash in the night safe.
You never had a bank account in your life, Eddie Yates. Look, I want my money back. I'm not one of your pigeons, you know.
One of his what?
Pigeons. Oh. Are you going to give me that money
All
back
right,
now?
don't get your tonsils in a knot. It just so happens I have got a fiver I was going to give to this charity for three-legged dogs.
Please?
And it definitely wasn't you that told the fuzz.
No.
Well, somebody did. Do you know, people round here are getting very untrustworthy.
Hey, you handled him very well then, Mavis.
Well, of course I did. Must be very galling for you, Rita, constantly misjudging my character.
Emily, off to work, I'm afraid so. Have you a Vogue, please?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, here we are. I didn't think you went in for thought couture.
Oh, just giving myself a fillip, really. Nice sometimes to see how the other half lives.
Oh, I don't bother myself. I take one look at them Swiss young models and I feel about as glamorous as a parking meter.
I feel like that most of the time, actually.
Hey, Ernie was stepping out to the night, weren't he?
Oh?
Community centre dance. Oh, king of the foxtrot. Talk about Fred Astaire.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Do you know, I think I've just put my foot in it again.
Very probably.
Hello.
Oh, Sally's gone to the maternity ward.
I thought she might have. How long ago?
A couple of hours now.
I hope everything's all right.
It will be.
And how are you?
A bit tired.
Weepy?
No.
You mothers often are. I know I was.
I don't cry easy.
Oh, she's lovely. May I?
Yeah.
Bless her. Oh, bless.
Is Sally your only one?
Well, as a matter of fact.
You're not her mother, are you?
No.
I assumed you were at first, and then something Sally said made me think. What are you, a relative?
Not exactly.
Well, what's the big mystery?
I'd rather you asked Sally. No offense, but I'd rather you did. Look, I'll come back this afternoon. Will you tell her I've been?
Yeah, of course. Where's Sally's husband?
Bye, Mrs. Langton. I'll see you this afternoon.
You know, you don't look a bit like a happy father, Raymond.
Yeah, what some Gloucester's rubbed off, innit?
Well, how could that be? Poor kid's still in hospital. She can hardly have had you up all night.
No, she didn't. Mother-in-law did, though. Well, pretty near. Yakking on.
Oh, dear. Well, that's one thing I'll never be accused of.
What's that, Annie?
Being an interfering mother-in-law. Our Joni's husband considers me his best friend. Won't hear a word against me.
Get away.
Really?
Yeah, all done and dusted once again, Mrs. Walker.
How do you do it, Mrs. Ogden?
Do what?
Delude yourself practically every day of your life.
Hey, was she staring at me?
Yeah.
Do you know, one of these days I'm going to jack this job in, see how she goes on then. Just see how soon this place goes to rack and ruin.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Hilda. You take a week off, see if anybody notices.
Of course they would.
Would they?
Give us a light ale, I'm spitting feathers.
You know, I reckon there's a lot of folk like that, Hilda. Nobody'd notice if they never went in work again. What do you say, Al?
I don't think anybody would notice me, actually.
How about yourself?
Oh, I'd be missed instantly. You've only got to look at me. Now, here's a lady what's got it made.
How do you make that out?
A good job, sugar daddy, grandchild.
I wish you'd stop calling her that. Makes me feel old.
I bet she's lovely, though. She is. Hey, is she like Deirdre or like him?
Deirdre. I'll have a gin and tonic, love, please. Al?
Oh, so I'll have a pint.
You having one, Hilda?
Oh, well, I've just got this one in, thanks.
Hey, you can manage another, can't you?
Oh, go on then, yeah.
Oh, thank you, love. There.
Now, here's a point of protocol.
You reckon?
Does a new granny treat round, or do we treat a new granny?
Stop calling me a granny.
Yeah, it is a bit ticklish, that, Eddie. Except in your case.
True. Pint of bitter, please, Mrs. Hunt. Hey, they've got special dances for you now at the Pally, you know. It's called Grab a Granny Night.
Scrub that pint, will you, Bet?
My pleasure.
Hey, I'm sorry. Even if you are a granny, you're a glamorous one, just like Mrs. O'Dare.
I was a very young granny, as a matter of fact. I was only 46 when little Darren was born.
Yeah. Well, can I have a word when you got a minute, Bet?
You go down to see your dear, didn't you?
Oh, I can't wait to get to the hospital fast enough.
Give her my love.
I will.
Anyway, how's life treating you?
Can't grumble.
You did the right thing, you know, getting away from here.
Yeah. And how's life treating you, then?
Do you really want to know?
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't.
Well, I get this funny pain in my chest, just under my breastbone about here. Comes and goes, you know. I had a look at the paintwork on my house this morning. It's stripping away like bark from a birch tree. I mean, the house will be near nude in less than a month. I'm sick to the back teeth of my job. My gearbox in my car's falling to bits. It's going to cost £100 for a new one.
How's your bank balance?
Oh, non-existent. And that's not all.
I didn't think it were.
Do you know, I'd rather be anything but a councillor at this time of the year. Do you know why? Because now's the time we fix the new rates, isn't it? And we're suspect. I mean, the ratepayers want to get rid of all the town hall staff. They want to sell all the council houses and turn the town hall into a sauna. That might not be a bad idea. I'm fast coming to the conclusion that public services ought to be sold to private enterprise. They'd be a lot more efficient, a damn sight cheaper and all. Then all those councillors could be put out to grass in a field of buttercups. I'd like that. Maybe this pain in my chest would go then, or two.
You know what? I wish I hadn't asked you how life's treating you.
I wish you hadn't as well.
Right, are you fit?
Oh, let me have my drink.
I've only got half an hour to spare. I've got work to do.
Suck that up for me, would you, Bet?
What's up there?
If you ask me, she's heard how Langton were across at that dance last night while poor Deirdre all but went past her time.
And who told her, I wonder?
I wonder.
Yes, Eddie.
Are you sure scuffers were round looking after them watches?
Would I lie to you?
Yes, you would.
Well, I'll describe him if you like. Short for a copper, sandy hair, freckles. I think they called him Robbo, although his name weren't Robinson.
I know him.
Well, there you have it.
Just as well I got red, innit?
Where?
Down the grid outside. Isn't it marvellous? Try and make an honest living in old Turnstill. Ah, bitches.
Oh, well.
Hey, I knew a detective they used to call Robbo.
Oh, yeah?
He wouldn't have been around here, though. He was transferred to Bury about 12 months since.
So?
So he didn't need to ditch them watches.
So he shouldn't have flogged a dud one to Mavis?
Well, he gave her the money back. She just told me so.
Oh, dear. Then I really am sorry. All them lovely watches down that grate.
Oh, good old steak pie and chips. Not exactly cordon bleu, but very Moorish.
Yes. Ernest?
Yes, love.
I'm in something of a quandary.
Oh, yeah.
About the dance last night.
Oh, yes.
Well, you say you didn't have a very good time.
Oh, I didn't say that. No.
An ordinary time, then. Yet everybody else tells me you were, well, if not the beau of the ball, certainly the surprise.
Well, somebody's been exaggerating, haven't they?
Rita called you the king of the foxtrot. It's been my experience you can hardly waltz.
There you are, then. It wasn't exaggerating. I mean, you know Rita.
particular partner you seem to have had?
What particular partner?
Oh, you tell me, love.
You mean Thelma?
Do I?
Little Thelma from across the factory, yes. Born wallflower if ever I saw one. So naturally I
Transplanted her?
danced with her a couple of times, that's all. Oh, and I did,
What?
well, I took her home. Oh, she was scared stiff of the dark. It's only Victoria Street, just a spit in the stride anyway.
Why were you so late home, then?
We didn't leave till late.
Really? Oh, of course you wouldn't, would you? Too busy fox-trotting.
How do you feel?
Terrible.
Wasn't all that bad, though, was it?
No.
Oh, that lady came to see you. She said she'd be coming back this afternoon. I thought she was your mother.
She's a social worker.
Oh?
I haven't got a mother. Well, I have, but she doesn't want anything to do with me.
Why ever not?
Because I haven't got an husband.
He's in, isn't he?
How do you know?
Well, ideal window cleaning weather, so he's bound to be skiving somewhere. He only skives at home when it's raining and he knows I can't stay out.
Do you know, Hilda, you're like one of them professors on telly, aren't you? An expert on human behaviour.
Too, I'm not so sure it's flaming human.
There you are.
Thank you. Bye, Eck. Look for the trough and you'll find the pig.
It's dinner time.
And you should know better.
Pardon?
Well, if it weren't for women like you waiting on him, pandering to him, he wouldn't be so weak-willed.
I got paid to wait on. This is a cafe. He's a customer.
Yeah, I know, but don't tell me you don't get no pleasure out of waiting on him. Him and a spinster, whew, he's always had this fatal fascination for women.
Well, not for me, he hasn't.
Oh, you can tell she's frustrated where she keeps puckering her face up. Yeah. Right, Stanley.
What?
I know how you can save today from being a complete write-off, profit-wise, that is.
How?
By putting your hand down the grid.
Hey?
Eddie Yates has got rid of them watches he's been selling down the grid outside the Rovers.
Why?
Well, he thinks the Bobbies might be interested in them. He thinks they're stolen property.
I'm not touching that with a bar's pole.
Ah, but I know they're not stolen property.
How do you know?
My senses haven't been dulled by overindulgence, Stanley. Especially me ears. I wash them out occasionally and all.
I hope you're not going to let Deirdre see you looking like that.
Then whose fault will it be if she does?
What's kept you?
It's not gone too yet, love.
Hello, love. It just gets so boring in here. Do you know how many times I've rearranged the cards on there? 3.
Hey, she's had hers, isn't she?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Oh. Where is it?
The specialist hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, but it's all right.
Oh, yeah. She's not married.
Ah, poor lass.
He's a rotten sod, whoever he is.
Hey, I'm here, remember?
Of course, yeah, love. What have you brought me?
Grapes.
Oh.
I couldn't think of nothing else.
Hey, there's a box of chocolates there from Rita and Mavis.
Oh, nice. Tell her thanks for me, will you?
Hey, Madam looks in the pink.
Oh, she is. Hey, you should hear her yell. It's like a flipping air raid siren.
Rubbish. Daughter of mine. Her voice is soft and gentle like the summer rain.
Wait till you hear her.
What are you going to call her?
Tracy.
Lynette.
Well, I'm not keen on either of them, but I think I prefer Lynette of the two.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
You know, you could do worse than call her after your Auntie Maureen. I mean, she'd be very flattered, and she's got a bob or two, you know.
Maureen? You must be joking.
There's nought wrong with Maureen.
Well, I don't like it. All right.
Hey, what's up with you two?
Nothing.
There is. Ray. Flipping it, ma'am. How long have you been back? 24 hours and already you're at each other's throats.
We're not.
You might have made a bit of effort for me. I mean, I have just had a baby,
There's
you know.
nought wrong.
Oh, there is. It stands out a mile.
All right, then. We had a bit of a barney, but nought to worry over.
Your mum reckons I should have gone to that dance. Stopped with you.
But I told you to go. I did, ma'am.
I still went, though, didn't
Yes,
he?
but I told him.
Look, let's forget about the whole thing.
I think you owe Ray an apology, ma'am.
All right. I'm sorry. But I still...
Ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Have a grape.
That's better. What will Lynette think if her dad and her grandma are always rowing?
Tracy!
I'm not groping down there.
Oh, don't be so flipping squeamish. You're not usually.
You don't know what might be there.
Oh, I'll get you something you can use then.
What?
Well, I don't know. There must be something.
All right.
I'm off.
Give my love to Thelma.
Emily, Thelma is an employee across the road. Nothing more.
Oh, yes, she is. She's the girl you took home from a dance. Something which everybody apparently knew about except me.
She was afraid of the dark.
Then she should have stopped at home. Why didn't you tell me?
Because I knew you'd react just this way.
Well, how do you expect me to react?
Reasonably. Because there's nothing to it.
Honestly,
Honestly.
I know it's ridiculous viewing of another woman.
I'm not quite sure how to take that.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Yes, it is ridiculous.
Oh, it's my fault. I should have gone to the dance with you.
You should.
Well, I'll not let you go on your own again. King of the foxtrot, indeed.
Hey, my cha-cha's not too bad,
Oh, get off with you.
I'm forgiven.
Yes.
Ta-ra, then. See you tonight.
Hey, you've no need to come again tonight if you don't want.
Of course I'm coming. Not to see you, to see her.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, remember me to Sally, will you?
Yeah.
Right. Is there out you want me to bring with me tonight?
Something to read, that's all.
OK, I'll see what I can do. See you.
See you.
And look after Tracy.
Lynette. Ray, thanks for making up with me, Mum. I know it were her fault.
Yeah, like what it always is.
Ray.
Ah, well, she's only here for a bit.
Sally,
Why?
you've not been asleep, have you?
No.
He's all right, you know.
I know he's all right. I'm not worried about him. Not about his health, anyway.
Well, why are you worried about that?
What I'm going to do with him.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Millington says it might be best to have him adopted.
And are you? Sally?
I don't want to. Anyway, I don't think I could. But how? How can I keep him? I've no home, no job, nothing to give him. How can I keep him?
Look, if there's anything I can do...
What?
I don't know. But if there is...
I think he's going to have a red eye, you know.
I'm so glad they're both well. Oh, me too. I'm surprised, really. Surprised Deirdre's come through it like she has. I mean, she's been never what you might call robust, especially when she was little. Me neither. I was a wan little thing. Pale, but interesting.
Can we go and see her?
Tonight, if you like.
Can I come in a bit late and go, Mrs. Walker?
Of course she can, dear. Hey, I'll tell you something she wants as well. Something to read. I've got the very thing, Catherine Cookson's latest.
Hey, I've never read her.
Oh, I do envy you. All Catherine Cookson to read.
Blanche, I'm off now. Can I give you a lift?
No, thanks.
All right, I'll see you then.
Right.
You two made it up then?
Aye. Just as well, I suppose, if I'm to be living with him for a few weeks. We'll be staying up here then, till Deirdre's on her feet again proper. Definitely.
I'll do. Eddie in, is he? I'll do.
Get lost or I'll swap your ears around.
Charming.
What have I done, Eddie?
You know very well what you've done.
I don't.
Does your friend want a drink, or has he just come in for a walk?
If he's not out of my sight in 2 minutes, you won't be able to warm him with a blow lamp.
What have you done, monkey?
I don't know.
Where do you think I got them watches from? Them funny ones. Raffles here.
Oh, they weren't funny, Eddie. They were legit. Well, only off a boat. Smuggled, you know, inside a box of pomegranates. But definitely not Nick.
Come off it. The old Bill's been sniffing round.
Well, not about them watches. No way. Unless you got a tip off from Israel.
Tell him, Bet.
Yeah, well, there was this detective.
Bet.
Shut your face, Alf. They called him Robbo and he had freckles.
There was no detective there.
Oh, you were my mate.
What's going on?
She's been pulling your leg, Eddie. There was no detective looking for stolen watches.
What have you done to me, Bet? Them watches were my start in life.
What, half a dozen crummy watches? Well, you shouldn't have tried to diddle Mavis with one.
I've given her her money back.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that till... We can get them back, can't you? They're only outside.
Monkey?
What?
Come on, I've got a little job for you.
Thanks for that, Al.
Confession is good for the soul, eh?
It can also get you a thick ear.
Now down there.
Oh, you're not going deep enough.
Well, not putting me hand in.
Didn't know you got a new job, Stanley. Emptying the grids.
Oh, hello, Eddie.
Eddie. What's he doing?
He's looking down the wrong stuff. Sorry, Stanley, not that one. Round the corner. Come on, monkey.
What are you?
Well, anybody can make a mistake. What's up with you?
Mumbo jumbo.
It's a physics sciences teacup reading, Stanley.
It's a load of codsle up, like this horoscope.
What are you reading it for, then?
If I don't read it, you'll read it to me, won't you?
It's just as well to be prepared for the day ahead, Stanley.
You can't prepare for my dead, except by cutting your throat. Up and down that ladder like a thing, monkey on a string. Do you know what it says here I should be doing? Considering my future career prospects.
Oh, Nora. Oh, flaming Nora.
What's up?
Another flipping bear.
What's that mean?
In a word, misfortune.
So what's new?
Exactly. You know what I think, Stanley? I think there's somewhat dogging us. There's a big fat owl sat up on us chimney pot what we know nothing about. Else you've broke a mirror and you're not letting on. Oh, there's somewhat. Huh. Only a flaming dagger here and all.
Ray, are you decent? Oh, you are up. Only just. Have you seen yourself?
Oh, shut up, Blanche, eh?
Where were you till 1 o'clock this morning? I heard you come in, you know. I weren't asleep.
Rovers.
Rovers shuts at 10:30, unless they've changed the licensing hours round here since I've been away.
Yeah, well, Annie Walker had gone to bed and nobody shouted time. You know how it is.
No.
I'll tell you something, you know. It's hard work being a new dad. I've sucked more since Fred were born than I have in a long while. Everybody wants to treat me.
I thought new father was supposed to do all the treating. Not to mention handing round great big fat cigars.
That's what I said. I treat them, and they treat me. It's murder.
Bayek, the male world. It's another world, it really is. Talk about a secret society. You do know what day it is, don't you?
Monday.
It is also the day your daughter and wife come home from hospital, or had it escaped your alcohol-clouded mind?
Of course it hasn't.
Then go and get yourself washed and shaved while I tidy this place up a bit. Oh. It looks like a gorilla's gone berserk in it.
Thank you.
Well, go on. If you can see to shave through them slits you call eyes.
Blanche.
What?
How long are you planning on stopping here?
As long as I'm needed.
I don't need you at all.
My daughter and your daughter do.
Well, what do you think? Think Deirdre will like it? Yes, very nice, Mrs. Walker. Something wrong with it? Oh, no, it's lovely. But it cost the earth. Yeah, sure it did. Well, then why are you looking at it as if it was something off a dust cart? Well, as a matter of fact, Mrs. Walker, Bet bought her one exactly the same. Exactly. Bet? Impossible. This was the most expensive one in the shop, Mrs. Cottam assured me. No, she has. I mean, she showed it to me. I've seen it. Really? Well, she might have mentioned it to me, mightn't she? I've no alternative. Just have to take it back. Another morning wasted, all because of Ray Langton's offspring. Perhaps I'd have been better buying it a year's supply of rusks. Fred, tell me, why is it when I go to bed early, you look as if you've never been to bed at all?
I don't know what you mean, Mrs. Walker.
Don't you? Well, I think that you have collected yourself a crowd of cronies. And it won't do. So now you know.
Do I look that bad?
Yeah, you look like an old tennis ball.
Oh, I feel like one and all.
Oh, Fred, you should have more sense.
Well, I mean, we were wetting baby's head, weren't we?
How many times is that?
About a dozen.
Oh, Lord knows what you'd be like if it were your own child.
Oh, I'd go balmy, love. With joy.
There you are. 1 cup of char. Shaken, not stirred.
Thank you.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm just looking at this page. I mean, who goes to them all? That's what I want to know.
Who goes to all what?
All these concerts in London. Look, I mean, there must be half a pit. There must be 50 of them there. There's Viennese Evening, Beethoven's Battle Symphony, The Other Side of Sullivan, A Night with Offenbach.
Hey, that sounds interesting. Sorry.
Well, I mean, somebody must go to them, else they wouldn't keep putting them on. Oh, all them people leading such full lives, going to concerts.
Having babies.
Pardon?
Well, that's what you're really on about, isn't it? Deirdre having a baby and you not having one. You're only jealous.
I am not. I mean, there's nothing to having a baby. Anyone can get one if they want one.
Oh, yeah? Tell me more.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know. I didn't think you did.
Well, I do know about the birds and the bees, Rita.
Maybe, but what them little bees get up to on that clover is a far cry from what Deirdre and Ray Langford...
shut up. You reduce everything to that, you do.
Who started all this?
Well, I was talking about concerts.
And then you went on about babies.
I did not. You did. When we're going to start spring cleaning?
Eh?
I said when we're going to start spring cleaning.
In the flaming spring, that's when... Oh, there you go again. That's another substitute for not having babies. Spring cleaning.
Don't be so ridiculous. It just so happens that I was reading my horoscope this morning, and it said that I had to try and make a clean sweep in certain aspects of my life. Well, as that's literally impossible because I'm not set in my ways, I just thought I might try and do it figuratively like spring cleaning.
Aye, don't you know some big words? Still, you're a novelist, aren't you? By the way, have you heard anything from them publishers yet? They're a long time letting you know, aren't they? Still, perhaps they can't face telling you the horrible truth. Do you know what my horoscope said this morning? That I should look forward to entering a new social circle. Probably end up getting a job in a pig farm.
Come over here and let me brush your jacket.
I'm not going to see me bank manager, Blanche, you know. Just pick me wife and sprog up.
It's an occasion. Well, for Deirdre it is anyway. Coming home with a new baby. She'll be that proud. And she'll want you looking smart, me lad, so smart you'll look.
It's for real today, isn't it?
Hey?
Well, I mean, up to now, Fred's just been a sort of bump on Deirdre's tummy and an object of general interest in the hospital, but, well, today it's ours.
And no mistake.
Me a dad. Oh, that's ridiculous. What do I know about being a dad? Nothing, absolutely nothing.
About as much as Deirdre knows about being a mother.
Ah, yeah, but it comes natural to you lot, doesn't it?
So why shouldn't it come natural to you fellas? I mean, it were a joint effort to start with.
Can you see me being a natural dad, especially to a girl?
I'm prepared to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you. Right. Well, I do, ma'am.
I can't do nought about the bags under your eyes.
I'll tell her I couldn't sleep in that bed on my own.
Aye, and she'll be daft enough to believe you. Now go on, get off with you. She'll think you've had an accident or something.
See you.
Haven't you forgotten something?
Hey? Oh. Who bought Deirdre this show?
Her dad. He bought it the day he came to get her and me out of the hospital. Now, he were a natural father. For as long as he lived.
Cheers.
Hey, and go straight there, not via Rovers.
Where's that?
Now, what's up?
You got me keys.
Oh, can't you afford a taxi for him instead of that old van?
A taxi? You must be joking.
Quite nice, don't you think? And very practical, like most babies' things these days. I was tempted to buy her a frilly little frock. I thought there was plenty of time for that.
You know, as far as I can remember, my two never wore out-house but nightgowns, at least for the first couple of months.
Well, they did in them days, didn't they? I mean, there was nothing else.
No. Swaddling clothes.
Pardon?
What the infant Jesus wore.
Oh, yes, well, I think that's a bit before my time, Mrs. Walker.
And mine, too, Mrs. Howard. Yes, I rather like it.
Sorry, Stanley. I haven't even got a quid myself, so I can't lend you one, can I?
Oh, till tonight, I've got customers owing money, you know.
No, sorry, I don't lend money, Stanley. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's my motto. It has been for, well, quite a while.
Something wrong with my credit?
Funny you should mention that, Stanley.
What?
About credit. Didn't you borrow a quid off me a couple of weeks back?
I don't remember.
I do, definitely. Any quid you borrow, mate, is mine.
You're making it up.
Hey, I've got a good motto for you, Stanley. Never try and borrow somebody who you've already borrowed money from, because you might remind them.
I owe him now.
I think you've seen the last of that quid.
You reckon?
I've got the back it.
Oh, Stan, I wanted to buy Deirdre's baby a bit of summers. How did you come to lose your money?
I hold in my pocket. Whose fault's that?
Yours. If you will keep a scout knife, 2 6-inch nails, a bullet and a pair of rusty old bicycle clips in it, what do you expect? Wear through steel with them. What do you want them bicycle clips for, any road?
Stop the wind blowing up my trousers and up the ladder. I had some funny pains up there last winter.
Yeah, well, look, I've only got this 2 quid. Now, if you don't pay me back tonight, you'll be eating them bicycle clips before the week's out.
You're a little belter.
Have you noticed something about me, Stanley? I've got very big ears. I'll have one of them quids.
I've a heart, Eddie. Look, I've got a cert for the 2 o'clock air. You know, stable information like. And I can put the lot on it.
Not my quid, you know. Come on, hand it over.
All right, but I don't remember.
What's the horse?
You've got to hope.
Poor old Stanley. One of life's losers.
Yeah, are you sure he lent you a quid?
I think he did.
You lent him one?
Yeah.
You're a crook, mate.
True. Still, if I hadn't had it, some bookie would have done.
Hey up, Hilda, love. Things can't be as bad as all that, surely.
Oh, can't they just? Do you get a lot of bad luck, Fred?
Well, I mean, my missus going the way she did weren't exactly a stroke of good luck, were it now?
No. Only we don't seem to get much else, me and Stan. There's somewhat dogging us, if you ask me. Somewhat dogging us.
Mrs. Alton, I think we'll make a start on the yard tomorrow.
I mean, I will. Yes, Mrs. Walker?
Please do.
Yes.
Oh, she's asleep. Ah, the little love. Welcome home.
Thanks. Oh, them stairs still make me out to puff. I thought I'd be all right once I'd had her.
Are you bound to feel a bit weak? Sit down.
Ah, now, Mum, don't start fussing.
I'm not fussing. I'm just asking you to sit down.
Oh, flat looks very nice. You're right, Ray. I've been busy.
Well, I was a very good little housewife, you know. Len Fairclough always said that.
Has he been telling you that...
Reckons he's even bought flowers.
And you believe anything he says, wouldn't you?
Well, I will today. Thanks, Mum.
Hey, come and look at Fred.
Fred. I wish you'd decide on a proper name for the child.
Making herself at home already.
There you are, Hilda. A whole night's pleasure there. And what's it cost you? 10p.
Yeah, I've been any more, I couldn't have afforded it.
Oh, dear. Now you're going to make me feel a right louse.
Well?
Well, do you know what I've got here? What's been waiting patiently for you to collect for 6 weeks? Your paper bill. Oh, it is yours. See, there's your name. Ogden's, 13 Coronation Street.
All right, cut the comedy, just give it us.
What, just like that? Aren't you going to look at it and scream, God help us, it can't be that much? Everybody else does.
I don't care how much it is. I'm imperious to any more shocks today. Oh, God help us, it can't...
Join the club.
Well, I can't pay you now.
I never expected it for a moment.
Weekend?
Hilda, you're a credit to your sex.
Here, do you have a lot of bad luck?
Not really. But then again, I don't get much good luck either.
I seem to be getting more than my share. I mean, take today, for instance. There's Annie Walker wears me to a shadder. Stan loses all his money. Kettle's started leaking. Somebody's pinched the milk off the front doorstep again. Oh, and Lavy won't flush. Talk about being under a cloud.
If you don't mind me telling you, Mrs. Ogden, I think I know what's the matter.
By heck, Mavis, you bob up from behind that shelf as if you're on elastic. It's unnerving.
I'm working back here, aren't I? What do you expect me to do when I want to communicate with the outside world? No, as I was saying, Mrs. Ogden, are you superstitious?
Well, I won't walk under ladders, and I don't like spilling salt. Oh, and I don't cut my nails on Fridays and Sundays. But I wouldn't say I was superstitious. Why?
I think it's the number of your house. mean, number 13, it's a very unlucky number, is that? I mean, can't be bringing you much good luck, can it?
Number 13? Oh, do you know, I never thought of that.
Well, it's worth thinking about. You can change it, you know.
Can you?
Yeah, a friend of mine did. Don't know how you go about it, though.
Oh, well, thanks very much. I'll certainly give that some thought. I mean, after all, can't make things much worse, can it?
I'd never live in a house number 13. Whew, no fear.
What puzzles me is why Hilda don't cut her nails on Fridays and Sundays.
Well, I don't either. It's unlucky.
It's also unlucky if you see a beetle crawling out of your shoe. But you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, that's something else for you to worry about.
Hello.
Hello, what are you doing here? It's only just gone 5:30. Did you not stop off for a pint?
No, how is she?
She's asleep.
Oh, again?
Well, they do a lot of sleeping, babies, and eating. In fact, that's all they do mainly, sleep and eat. Oh, and them other two things we won't mention.
Looking a bit more human every day, isn't she?
Do you reckon?
How old are they before they start to walk?
Hey, give her a chance.
I'm only asking.
Depends on the kid. Oh, about 1 if they're forward.
She's forward, all right. And you can tell from her forehead that she's going to be brainy. It's a very brainy forehead, is that?
Ah, she needs to be beautiful.
No, not these days. Brains is what counts. Then you can earn the money to be beautiful. Ah, look at her little fingers, though. Tiny they are, but perfect in every detail.
Hey, will you stop drooling and go and get your hands washed? Your tea's ready.
Is it? Who did it?
Me? I'm not an invalid, you know. Mind you, it is only liver and onions.
Did I ever tell you you're just a little bit special?
Why? Because I give you a daughter?
No, because you do a very fair liver and onions, usually.
Oh, come on up. You're all right. She'll be very pleased to see you.
Hello, what are you doing knocking?
But I thought she might be asleep.
She is.
Oh, well, we'll come back another time.
No, come and have a peep at her asleep or not. Come on in. There she is.
Oh, isn't she gorgeous?
Well, they are at that age, aren't they? Who does she favour? Oh, I think Deirdre.
Oh, no, ma'am. Ray, definitely.
Oh, poor little thing.
I'll sock you one.
Have you decided on the name yet?
Well, we did think about Lynette.
Or Tracy?
There's plenty of time.
Do you think she'd like this rattle?
Oh, she'd love it. We haven't got one of them, thanks.
I brought her a little present, too. It's not much, but it's useful, and I think rather nice.
You shouldn't have bothered, Mrs. Walker. Oh, it is nice.
Well, would you credit it? Just what I bought her, Mrs. Walker. Near on £2, wasn't it? From Cotham's. Not bad for the money.
There you are, Hilda. I found some in stockroom after all. I hope you enjoy it.
Ah, thanks very much. 'Tis good of you to give me credit.
Well, you look so depressed, love, I could hardly do anything else. Mind you, don't make a habit of it.
Oh, no, I won't. Oh, hey, what's your opinion of number 13?
Eh?
Well, I mean, do you think it's an unlucky number?
Well, I can't say I've given it much thought. It's supposed to be, I know. I mean, I believe you don't find a number 13 in a hotel, nor 13 cabins on ships.
No, that's right.
Why are you interested?
Well, this house is number 13, isn't it? And with all the bad luck we've had these last few years...
And you think that living in number 13 is one of the reasons for it?
Well, there's something causing it.
Hang on. Hopkins left a book behind when they left shop. That's about superstitions. Number 13's mentioned in that.
Oh, wait, do you think you could let me have a look at it sometime?
I think I can remember it vaguely. It said that 13 was considered to be an unlucky number, and it was thought to indicate disaster.
Oh, like the bear.
Pardon?
There were a bear in my teacup this morning. That indicates disaster and all. And it were right.
13, it said, was a death sign in Roman times.
Death sign? Would you know I've not been feeling well all day?
No, you don't look well, love.
Evening.
Oh, do we well. Hello there.
Come on, who's round, is it?
Nobody's. We're all skint this time of year. Ah, especially me.
I knew there was something I didn't like about this time of the year. Give us a pint of bitter, will you, Fred? How did you get on with that horse, Stanley? Did it flash past the post at the speed of light,
I
then?
don't think it even reached the flipping post.
Tough, that. I told you not to risk your money. You see, if I hadn't taken that quid off you, the bookie would have been 2 quid, Richard, instead of 1, wouldn't he?
Hey, Eddie, about that pound.
What about it?
Oh, nothing.
Stanley,
what?
I've got a confession to make.
Hey?
It wasn't you owed me the money, it was someone that looked like you.
Oh, there's nobody else like Stanley.
You mean I didn't know it, yeah?
No.
Give it back.
Ah, not so fast.
Come on.
Look, if I hadn't taken it, you'd have lost it, wouldn't you?
I suppose so.
Yeah, well, that must be worth a pint. Take the pint out of that, Fred, and give it to my mate, the change, right? Unless you want to buy a round,
Not
Stanley.
likely.
I don't know why you're not a millionaire, Eddie. I mean, you've got enough cheek.
True enough. It's one of them things, I think, Alf.
I could have been a millionaire if I'd not gone to South America with Joe Hargreaves in 1935.
What's that, Mr. Tatlock?
Take no notice, he's always on about that.
I thought I'd find you in here.
Where else?
I've seen it.
Seen what?
Deirdre's baby.
Oh, blast. I meant to go and see her and I forgot all about it.
You know, I've not had the chance.
Oh, Deirdre's a lucky cat. I wish it were mine.
Oh, you wouldn't think that when it's screaming hungry for its food at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's only part of it, isn't it? There's all the rest, like bathing it and feeding it and playing with it and dressing it up.
Get her one glimpse of a new baby and a maternal instinct showing like a red petticoat. Betty, will you tell her? Babies are not all sugar and spice and all things nice, you know.
No, not at all. They're lovely all the same, though, aren't they?
Like, here's another one. No wonder they tell us our natures will never be liberated, and they won't.
No.
Hey, isn't it about time you was coming home for your tea?
What's Harry?
Well, your tea's been ready above an hour. Besides, there's something I want to discuss with you.
Can't decide whether to book your holidays in Paris or Bermuda, eh, Mrs. O?
Oh, that'll be the day. No, actually, it's about changing the numbers on our front door. Changing them from 13.
What do you want to do that for?
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll change us, look.
Now it'll change our luck till we get born again. Different names, different lives, different everything.
Do you know, Stanley, I think you've been very lucky. I bet you've never shed a drop of sweat in your life. Now, that can't be bad.
Have you?
Yeah, when the law's feeling me collar.
You know, they say you can develop an allergy to number 13.
Hey, does that mean if you go into house number 13, you break out into a rash?
Hey, I had a rash last week.
Well, there you are then.
That settles it. We're getting it changed.
You'll have to get permission.
Well, we'll get permission. Won't you, Stanley?
What's that?
You heard. Now, look, home in 5 minutes as your tea goes on the back of the fire. And it's not even paid for.
My luck will never change.
Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Hey, I think she's going over. Good. Hey, what time is it? Have I got time for a pint?
No, sorry, love, it's gone past.
Oh, never mind. There's always tomorrow.
There is.
Rock-a-bye baby on the tree. Hey, when must you want the next feed?
2 o'clock.
You'll get up to it then, will you, love?
Well, we'll take it in turns.
Yeah, of course. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop.
Coming up next on Granada Plus, The Good Life Guide.